Hello everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of the Dice and Die, the D&D show. My name's Luke, I'm your host, your DM, your GM, your best friend, Lukey Baby 86. Or Lukey _ Baby 86 to be precise.
Hello!
Hey, hello everybody! With me tonight I am joined as ever by Sean Lee.
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright, Governor, how are you, sir?
Oh, good. Yes, not bad.
Good.
Happy days.
Good. Gavin Bourne.
You alright, Mel Cocker?
Hello, mate. James Bly.
Mate.
Yes.
Yes. Was there a bit of lag there? Or...
Yes. I am here. No, I just didn't want to. I didn't know what else to say after that. But yes, hey.
It's precise and to the point. That's all you need. And then Lisa Horton, of course. Last
Hello.
but by no means least. How you doing? You alright?
All good, yes, thank you, man.
Excellent.
Slightly deaf my end. I don't know about anyone else.
Deaf. You'd be under the weather.
I've got your microphone is like literally blistering through my system at the minute.
Really?
It's just
I'm
you.
not quite-
Anyone else?
Quite loud. You're quite.
Everyone's
Okay.
equal to me.
Alright, you should have...
Oh, really?
I wasn't really
Just
talking
me.
before. My levels look okay. I'll turn my gain down a little bit. See if that helps
Oh,
at all.
that's all right. I don't want to. It's all right. It's all good. I'll deal with it.
You
I think
fucking
it's just
will.
my end.
Fucking will deal with it.
We're not just a D&D
Come on.
podcast,
Come
we are a sound engineering podcast as well.
Yeah, this is it. Lovely. Everyone all right? How we doing?
Good.
Good.
Dying for some D&D.
Dying
Yeah.
for some D&D.
I've
We
not played
are
for like 2 weeks.
an actual play, role-playing, tabletop role-playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast, in case you didn't know, and this is the first time you ever joined us. We like to mix it up a little bit, though. We don't get to see or talk to each other at all, lockdown and all that crap, so we kind of seamlessly blend general talk, what I like to call talk shit podcast. We talk about movies, we talk about politics a lot, and we play some D&D. That's us. That's who we
Can I
are.
ask?
No,
You say this every week, and it's something I don't really understand.
what don't you understand?
When you say we're an actual play,
Yes.
what does that mean? Because
It means that we actually play the game as opposed to like an advice show or a show where they talk about the game. So you get like,
Actual
yeah, so like one of the shows I talk about a lot, the Three Black Halflings, they're a DM advice show, so they're not an actual play show, but they are a Dungeons and Dragons show. So they wouldn't call
yeah.
themselves an actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
makes sense now.
Yeah,
I
so we are
see.
we're a specific genre. Yep. Yeah, so this has come up a lot on Twitter recently. Like, I've been really kind of trying to market a lot over the last weekend. So today's date is the 20th of October, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know when this show's coming out.
Hey, happy birthday.
Whoever's birthday it is on
Yay.
today.
Birthday, is it now?
This episode will come out possibly around Christmas sometime. We've lost track. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot, and I've been thinking about how we advertise ourselves. So I've like changed our name a little bit on our podcast feed. So we're now the Dice and Die, a Dungeons and Dragons and other TTRPG podcast. So that people will find it easy. If somebody searches for Dungeons and Dragons on a podcast app, will appear on there, rather than if we were the original D&D show or the Dice and Die show, we might not have appeared and things like that. And there's a lot of like posts that I found on Twitter. It's like, oh, explain your podcast and stuff like that. And I've been saying, well, you're predominantly, actually, we're a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, but we're much more than that. And I've been using Headliner to show a clip from a few episodes ago where we're talking about schools going back to, it was the A-level results when we had that conversation back in the summer. Because actually, I think that's our niche there, is that we are...
I think if you'd done an advert that was just... Sorry. If we'd done an advert that was just, if we took every time any one of us said the C word and just cut them in.
God, we could do an entire
whole long
episode.
Entire episode,
60-second
yeah.
clip
Yeah,
with
to
some
knock that down to
action
30
music
seconds.
over the back.
I mean, that's 20 minutes just
Yeah,
for the
we
same story.
easily. I mean,
Honestly, if I heard that,
I feel really bad. Like, I feel like we probably should try and curb that a little bit, but you know what? I'm the worst offender. The episode that dropped this week was the double feature episode 24 and 25 back to back.
Yes.
And the intro's like 30 minutes long, and the amount of times I say the C word, and Emily's in the chat that week, and she's like, "Oh, you say, oh, Emily's just messaged me," and she's like, "Sure, he does say the C word a lot," and I do, and that might put some people off. I do
Saying the
apologise,
C word.
but we're passionate, and that's what I've been saying is that we're more than just Dungeons and Dragons. We're passionate, but I think what I like to do, we've got a new listener as well. Oh fuck me, I can't remember his name, Mike Hibbert or something like that. He joined our Discord
Yeah,
today.
We like to make people think, well, feel
Yeah, so
welcome.
he's just he found us on Twitter, or I found him on Twitter, and he's been checking us out, and he seems to be really enjoying the show. And I said to him, like, what I'm really trying to recreate with this show, the game, as I've always said to you guys, comes first. Like, this is for us having fun, and you know what? It's also a little bit extra fun to podcast it. That's cool. But like, what I think is good about our show is how we recreate a real environment. You know, some shows are so professional and they edit out a lot of stuff, and it's just bang, episode starts, game, high role play, everyone talks in character constantly, and I don't like those shows. The shows I like are the ones where you can just tell they're a bunch of friends just having fun, and I hope that comes across. And to this week's episode, oh my god, 2 hours long, but it was so funny. I was laughing
It was
from start
really
to
funny.
finish
It was
listening to
funny.
that today whilst I was at work. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, so the past couple of episodes,
I'll have to listen.
I decided I was going to start tracking where we're at in our release schedule, so that I can be like, oh, today is November, the blah blah blah. So last week I was like, so this episode is the 21st of December, it's Christmas, happy Christmas everyone. But then we've just dropped 2 episodes back to back, and that's thrown that schedule out. So like, if you've listened to the last episode going, no, what? No, it's not. That's why. So I'm not going to do that anymore. It's around probably Christmas somewhere.
Christmassy.
Maybe.
Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
either way.
I don't know.
It's a festive time.
Definitely. The tree's
So
up.
happy festive time.
The tree
Merry
is up.
happy.
Very happy.
But let's get
Speaking
through.
of which,
Oh yeah, go on.
got myself a new job.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to disclose after reading the contract. I can't
Oh, no.
disclose much on social media.
This
I
isn't
presume
social
it's
media.
been
That's all
brewing.
right.
No, it's fine. Yeah, so that's why I'll be Santa this year at Lakeside Shopping Centre.
That's fantastic.
No
I am
one's gonna listen to
so. Are you like the only Santa that's there, or do you have shifts with other Santas?
There's only one Santa, Luke.
It's just you, full time. I'm
In
gonna.
fact, there might
I'm
not
gonna-
even be
Never of
one.
us, I think.
Well, to be fair, the way it's
It's
going,
not,
there
yeah.
might not even be one. You might get
Yeah.
cancelled. But if it goes ahead, I am breaking lockdown rules. I don't care, and I am driving
we're all
down from
coming.
Ipswich, and I'm bringing my kids, and I'm not going to tell you, and I'm just going to turn up, and you're just going to have to sit there.
You're gonna have to find out what
not
shift he's on, though.
break out. But he's on all shifts. That's what you just said. All shifts.
Oh, you are.
Oh, no, I was
he's
joking.
he's got shift.
If I go on my own
I
and
haven't
just
been
want to
given
sit
my
on
shift
your
yet.
lap, am I allowed to?
You can't because we don't
No.
live in the same household, James, and
No,
therefore
yeah,
we'll
come-
be breaking the rules.
No, but once you're Santa, that's it, isn't it? You can't get COVID.
Have you got a
Exactly.
2 meter,
That's a
2 meter
very good
Santa
point.
stick that you have to like sort of go
Got-
prod the
got
kids
like a
with?
white- A white mask that sits under the beard.
Oh, brilliant. No, I'm really.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
That's fucking awesome. It's the best thing I think that's happened.
I'd like Panto's
I've
not
never
on,
met a real
so I
life
thought
Santa.
I'd get-
It's made my year.
Yeah.
Best thing about 2020, hands down.
Absolutely, that's
We'll
fantastic.
see. Let me get a week in, and I'll report back.
I'm there day one. Day one. No, it's awesome, man. I think you're gonna have loads of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good laugh.
And
It'll be
it's one of
hard
those-
work, but it'll be good.
Yeah, and it's one of
Yeah,
those
I
jobs where
think
you
it's
know
gonna
there's an
be a
end to
graft.
it as well. So it's
Well,
not like
yeah.
if it is
How long-
super
yeah.
annoying.
How long does it run for?
So I believe the doors open. I think it was like the 11th of next month. I think all the way through to
Yeah.
Christmas. Christmas
And
Eve.
how long is
Wow.
your shift, Sean?
I think there are like roughly 6, or I think it depends. I think the minimum is 6 hours. They
Yeah.
can. I think there's longer shifts.
That's gonna be
I've
grueling,
not been
man.
given a timetable yet.
No, and presumably
yeah, I
with
think
everything that's going on,
Depends
it's going to
how
be
quick
appointments.
Each one is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
must
there's
have-
time. Yeah, maybe time slots for queuing. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd imagine
not-
that it's
I'm
going to
not
be
given
quite
many
restricted. You
details
won't be
yet.
able just to turn up and go. You probably have to like book a ticket in advance. I'd imagine.
I think
Get a
you
visa.
might have had to
Yeah,
do that
get a
anyway.
passport.
I'm not sure. Yeah, no idea yet. I've got no details except that I've
You
got
are
training next month.
Training.
Oh, I
Day-
love that
day
idea.
training.
The idea that there's training for Santa. That is fucking
I know, right?
brilliant.
Fantastic.
Do you have to go in costume? That would be the best.
I do. I've given my sizes. I think we try the costumes on that day.
You must have to, like, I don't know, eat 50 mince pies in under 30 seconds or something.
I bet the guy who actually does it is like really intense about his Santa Claus tradition,
yeah.
and kind of makes you say a prayer and everything, and like does like this special oath. It's going
Say
to be
grace.
fucking insane.
Ain't
man.
there
like
a
all he
Simpsons
knows.
episode or Family Guy episode where they do Santa at school or something? I'm sure there is.
Don't know.
Oh really?
Probably.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think you can see Homer in a Santa costume, can't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, well, he's definitely worn one at some point.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a Santa school episode somewhere.
Santa school. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
So I can get my training from Family Guy. Sure to go well.
That's gonna.
I was practicing my voice the other day.
Oh,
'cause
you've
I
got to
went-
give us a go.
Well,
Yeah.
well.
Sneak peek.
It's a mix between. I don't know if I can do it because I'm a bit hoarse at the minute, but it's a
Just do Santa.
it's a mix between Ian McKellen. I just do Santa's voice. It's a mix between Ian McKellen and David Attenborough.
Do it.
And my line to get into it is the for some reason it's the Fresh Prince
Fly, you fools.
thing. It's in West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah.
It's along those lines.
Love it.
Cool.
4 octaves
good.
too high for Santa, but we'll go with it.
Excellent.
No, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you got like more Werther's original. Think Werther's
Yeah, so-
original.
Needs to be a bit more homely and less erratic, crazy old man.
No, it's not erotic. It's all right. You won't get arrested.
It just sounds. It's kind of what I'd imagine Pock would sound like as an old man. To be fair.
It is Pock, essentially. If you want to see Pock this Christmas, head over to Lakeside.
Oh, yes.
I cast Thunderwave.
I just see a queue of like parent, little kid, 40-year-old bloke with a player's handbook, parent, little kid, parent, little kid.
Yes.
I'm also available
That
for
bloke is me.
shinings.
Yeah, that's us.
That
lot.
passive out of Tracy's going to come in handy.
Excellent.
Love it.
Cool.
That's
Cool,
what's
cool,
going
cool.
on.
Oh,
And-
Pock.
Anything exciting in anybody else's lives this week?
I went up in a spaceship.
Oh, excellent. That must have
No,
been fun.
actually, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Sorry, I just really wanted to be I didn't want to be left out. So
The
Yeah, to
lie was
trump.
exciting, to be fair.
it was a great spaceship in the lie. But yeah,
Released another song with the Lockdown Band today. That came out on YouTube. So,
What one was
Excellent.
What
that?
track was that?
it was Jimmy Eat World one.
Oh
Lead-
yeah.
Lead American. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I saw Lewis on Facebook put there. It was coming. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
one. Came out a couple of days ago, which was Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Bad
Bad guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
is it Eilish?
Yeah.
I thought it was Elish.
Island.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, we're cooking up something cool for the lockdown band at the minute. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Trying to get it out for Halloween release.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've heard a snippet of it. Yeah.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. We've got there's a little you know the No Allen group.
It's where we find out that Alan's like a massive fan of ours, and he's gonna hear this and get really.
There's a group, dude. So your band chat is what you're saying.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we've got a chat. We've got a chat, and it's and Lewis sort of went, oh, here's a quick snippet of what we got, and he was like, everyone was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, it does sound really good, and
I'm
I think
excited.
it is going to sound very good when it's done.
Taking some work as well, but yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Secrets. Ooh.
Yes.
Well, spill the beans. No one here is going to care. No one knows,
Oh.
do they?
Yeah, no one here cares, guys. Come on.
No, Lewis has come up with an incredibly awesome metal synth adaptation of Thriller.
I was going to
Oh,
say
right,
it's got to be
wicked.
Thriller.
So I'm
Yeah.
doing the vocals and like the harmonies and all
That's
that crazy
cool.
shit that MJ did. And
Lewis is
I've
one
been
of
working-
those people who is so fucking amazingly talented that he probably should have become famous. unfortunately, he was never able to find the right people to start a band
Yeah.
with. Sorry,
Sure.
Gav, no offence,
He
mate.
did. But we were a bit too long in the tooth by the time it came to us, to be fair.
It wasn't even that. I think the closest he ever got was with Keratos back in,
We were better than Keratos, though.
Oh, you were, but it was a different scene as well. But I mean, I loved Near Death Experiment. Oh, I was the original bass player, and after I left, you guys did get really, really fucking good. But it was just a bit too late in that scene in the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I think the music industry now is a lot more fickle than it used to be. I think like they used to sign bands like that, and now you can be in a band and release music, and there's so much of it out there because you don't need a record label anymore.
It's accessible, isn't it?
It's so easy just to release music and not even tour, and just stick it on Spotify and things like that.
Yeah, it happens.
But also, that is really good because like there is so much more music because it's more democratized now. Like there's so many things that you can find that they might only have like 3,000 people who listen to. Like there's one guy called David Maxim Mikic. He's like some Serbian dude, and like I would have never found him back in the day when it was like Kerrang or the radio that told me what to listen to.
And it blows my mind that we can release a podcast if we feel like it. That's mental to me.
Yeah,
like no one checked. Like surely there should be someone checking this.
No, it's great.
We've just released the podcast. That's it.
That's the thing.
You've just
The
done it.
communication of ideas is like the most important thing about humans. So, like the chance, we should all get a chance at it. Don't matter what we're saying.
Of course, yeah. This is why tickets for gigs and stuff are so expensive now because record companies don't make fuck all money on releasing CDs or music anymore. So they've got to charge 80, 90 quid a gig,
and they don't make no money on it either. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. That's what they only get money really from merchandise. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that like that's only super fans really who go. Like someone like me ain't gonna go and buy a T-shirt just because I like the band.
I mean, I went to go to Kid Joe at the Underworld, and I think they were wanting 30 quid for a T-shirt, and I was like, "Fuck right off!" Like,
you just go see one of the knockoff guys on the street corner, isn't you?
Well, they don't even do those anymore. They don't have knockoff guys.
If I really like the band, I will either buy some merchandise or I will give him money over Bandcamp. Like for him,
Bandcamp's wicked.
He was putting his albums out for £3 a pop or whatever, and I just gave him full price for each album. And it's like that's great. That's how music should be done. Like we can decide, can't we? What's good? It's great.
Yeah.
And I think people earn money different ways now. And you can monetize things. Like people are becoming famous artists on YouTube, and they're making money off the back of that. So
it's so strange.
Up, like it's
strange
YouTube.
what people actually want.
Things you can pull on. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like T-shirts on Redbubble.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some on there as soon.
We'll have to do them.
We've got to get one there. Got to get one there.
That would have been such a good segue for merch.
It would have been, but we don't have any.
There's one as well. I think in the last episode, I think James said something. We're like, well, that's a T-shirt. And it was just utter shit. Do you know what I mean?
Last week it was Flanky Wanky. I searched and searched and searched through.
That's definitely a shirt.
Like
that is for sure my catchphrase now.
When I loaded it up onto
Flanky
YouTube.
Wanky.
I loaded it up onto YouTube yesterday, and I wrote the episode description and everything. And I remember last week James cracking a joke, or someone cracking a joke, and James saying that, "Oh, there's your episode title for this one." And I couldn't remember what it was, and I was searching for it. I couldn't find it. In the end, I came up with some shit thing. But never mind.
I think it was when it pedo and rapists.
Was it
that? Surely it wasn't that dark, man.
It was talking about comedians, and I think someone said about pedo and rapists, and I think James went, "Well, there's the episode title."
I don't remember.
Admittedly,
but then some of them I just block out.
Clicks, just the wrong source.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, someone will listen.
See, end up with imagine
a really bad review, 1 star, saying like, "There's no pedos or rapists in this." Thoroughly disappointed. Clickbait
was quite good. was quite good. Enjoyed the banter, but would have preferred more pedos and rapists.
Well, he was talking about Ian Watkins.
That was in this week's one. Yeah.
There was a section. There was a massive section where we really went into Ian Watkins and what happened. I cut it. I was like,
I think we all feel failed by him, don't we? So, like, you know, all of us who enjoyed the first album, well, it was barely out.
We can't have 2 podcast episodes.
That's all right. They're going to get released like 12 weeks apart. That's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Right, everyone,
if you haven't heard it, Cunt and the Gang, the wrong Ian Watkins, look it up on YouTube.
What's that?
Cunt and the Gang,
right?
The wrong Ian Watkins.
Okay.
Look it up. It's hilarious. He's a Basildon boy as well, so.
Oh well, so
yeah, I've
he's
seen
got 3 arms.
live a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. Very amusing.
Gentleman's Wash, that was one of my
I
favourite
went to Basildon
songs.
once for work.
one time.
No, I did. I went there and I was so terrified that it
Never
would
went
rub
back.
off on me. But I'm sorry, but like it was like one of the most desolate, horrible.
Oh,
it was
Basildon,
only like what's that place? Hounslow. No,
I've never been to Hounslow.
No, Harlow.
Go Basildon.
Yeah.
Harlow.
Yeah, it is like Harlow. It's just roundabouts.
Harlow's a fucking waste town, man, and just a wasteland. And like the problem with Basildon is it should be a wasteland, but people inhabiting it instead. And them people have become corrupt and twisted by the magic that lives there, and they're all weird and like
there's a portal to the Underdark there
I'm
somewhere.
just going to write this.
and the
down for me one
arm
shot.
and a leg as well.
It's like the hills have eyes.
Yeah.
I have to put a disclaimer on this episode and apologise to everybody who lives in Basildon and Harlow.
Go anywhere.
Harlow. The thing is, there isn't enough population left in Harlow to actually have anything. It's more kind of a fallout sort of situation there.
I mean, I've just written a one shot in my head about this
I'll be
very
back
subject.
in a moment. Sorry.
He's
I
made himself.
was about to say let's play some D&D, but Gavin's gone.
As long as we don't play it in Basildon, I'm good. Let's do it.
He's taking down his Basildon poster.
Basildon FC.
Sorry if any of our fans live in Basildon, but also well done for being able to use a keyboard and getting here. Like, you know.
With those web fingers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, but it's true. This was funny about it, you know.
Oh man!
I'd
Brilliant.
love to take it back, but I reckon I could make this point even in a court of law, and no one would be able to actually have a good defence against it.
I don't know if I should tell the story about trying to bring improv comedy to Basildon last year.
You want to bring education and fucking, you know, fuck that. Education and maybe some sort of martial law after 8 o'clock. I don't know.
I had to close a venue with another girl every night at like 11:30, 12 in the middle of Basildon Town Centre, and I was definitely bricking it.
Yeah,
it was not a fun place. There's a hell of a lot of like, I don't know, fucking meth going around there.
It's our version of Alabama, isn't it? It's our Alabama, you know. It's...
Sorry to anybody living in Alabama.
Yeah. To be fair,
they know.
That bad.
Come on, Luke, they know. You look at the fucking sign to enter Alabama; it's shot up. It's just bullet holes in the entire thing. Literally.
Literally, I was like,
let's have a look.
We just won't.
I wonder if we've got any. Do we have any listeners in Alabama or Basildon?
No, I should fucking think not.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. I'm
not sure if they even have internet in Basildon yet.
Well, they had charitable, not for profit organised.
There's 2 buses.
I'm glad I didn't go for that job.
Oh man.
I'd love to say that this was all just a joke, but it's not.
Oh, it's funny. Pissing myself. Where's Gav gone? Gav is gone.
Gav is gone.
Nice.
Isn't that what you clean your fucking dishwasher with?
I mean, you should.
No, that's it's
only if it's got heartburn.
Reflux medication. Unless, of course, your pipes are filled with acid.
Yeah, well,
we
can only hope.
Not that kind of acid, James.
Oh.
Acid.
Boring acid.
Acid.
Boring acid that just burns holes through you.
Okay, let's have a look.
pH. Are you just what? Are you looking to see if we've got
I'm
listeners
looking.
enough?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So let's have a look. London, Denver, Ipswich, Nashville, Dagenham, Des Moines, Atlanta,
Nashville, what's that?
San Francisco.
I think it's Des Moines.
I don't fucking know. New York.
I love the inclusion of Denver, Dagenham, Des Moines. That's fucking brilliant. That should be our Twitter bio. Like London, Paris, Milan, but Denver, Dagenham.
Dallas, Los Angeles,
Yeah.
Hounslow.
Wasn't that the Trotters
Googled
independent
shit
traders thing?
Sorry,
London, Paris, New York, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was London, Paris, Peckham.
Athens.
What have you Googled?
No, I'm on Red Circle on our analytics. So I'm looking at where people listen to us from.
There's no one from Basildon, is there?
No, there's not.
So, yeah, I told
And
you.
there is no one from Alabama either.
See, they ain't got internet yet. They've still got
No.
CFAX.
Though there might
They
be.
still got in Carter 95.
Who knows?
In car, yeah, they're still putting their CD-ROMs into their old BBCs.
Vienna,
Actually, I don't think BBC's ever had a CD-ROM, so...
Kalamazoo, Chicago,
Amarillo?
Chicago, Chicago.
Oslo. 15 in Oslo. It's not bad.
God, them
That's a shit.
people...
Considering the fact that we've got like
Yeah, but you
36
think they have, like,
episodes,
3
they obviously
months of
gave up
night.
listening.
Well, they have, like, really dark winters, don't they? So,
Well,
them
give us
people
something
are
to
fucked
do.
up.
Well, should we start playing some D&D now, Gavin's back?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. So, last time on the Dice and Die, you're hunting orcs, essentially. Everything's gone tits up. Who even remembers what the main point of your quest is now at this point? You're just following side quests for the sake of it. You,
I thought you would, Luke.
I don't know. So you found Wyvern Tor. You tracked down Carp. You broke in. You rescued Carp. You rescued Droop. Pock fucked off with Carp. That's a couple of episodes ago. You decided to, most of you decided to stick around and clear out the orc menace. And there's a lot of fighting. You try to escape. You go, this is enough now. We need to go. And you can't. The rope was cut. We then go and see what's happened to Pock. Pock is on his way to the mountainside, the hillside, a couple of miles away. He's going to wait for you for a day or so with Carp, get him to safety. Cutscene in the night. He gets hunted down. Orcs arrive. Shit goes down. We don't know what's happened to Pock. We know he's in trouble. Cut back to you guys, and you're carrying on. You find you're looking for another way out, and you find a secret tunnel which goes into the sort of chamber, like an office. There's a bed in there, but there's like a table, and it's like a study for presumably some kind of shaman, magic using orc. And there's a bit of a fight. She runs off. It was last week. It was a pretty good episode. Pretty good combat. There was some sturges involved. A couple of orcs. Sturges. Scapes gets commanded by magic to jump down a hole. Really, really good episode. And we ended the episode with another cutscene of Pock walking in through the front door of the orc cave. Let's take it back a little bit now. So when we last really left Pock, he'd been found by the orcs. He told Carp, run, get to Phandalin, go, take my dagger, go. He turns around and he casts an entanglement spell at the orcs that are chasing him down, who are just throwing loads of javelins. He wild shapes into a dire wolf and runs in the opposite direction, hoping they're going to chase him and follow him, and that they didn't see Carp. And they do. They chase him down. They're screaming. A horn goes off. And then seconds later, there's an answer from somewhere else. Another. Pock gets surrounded. He doesn't quite know what to do. These orcs charge in from nowhere. Ambush. Cut him down. He loses his wild shape. And that's where we left him. Out of breath and desperate. Pock doesn't know what to do. He's got no more wild shapes left. He's already used them both trying to get away. Unfortunately, he went in the wrong direction and ran into more trouble. He doesn't have his talisman, so the spells he can cast are limited. And as he stands there, quickly thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out? This is it. This is the end. He thinks about all of the things he can do without his talisman that he doesn't need his talisman for, because his natural power just is able to do this. Thunderwave. He sends these orcs flying away from him in every direction. An enormous bang goes out. He then starts running again. He's got no more wild shape, but he can get somewhere. Mechanically speaking, he just needs another round for another action. He starts running, but they're chasing him. As he runs, there's something else he can do. All of a sudden, a mist starts to form around him, like one of those old black and white movies. Think Dracula or Baron von Strahd, perhaps. And he just disappears into the fog as there's a puff of smoke around him, and he turns into a mist. The orcs, puzzled, look around. They stab at the mist, but there's just nothing there. They start talking to each other in their orc language. Subtitles. Where did he go? What's going on? How did he just... He must have changed shape again. Look around for a small creature. They hunt around. Can't find where he is. The camera then just changes in the distance, and you can see the orcs. They light up some torches. They've got dark vision, but even then it's easier to see in a torch. And they're searching around, and you can just see them in the distance, maybe 30 feet away. The range of the Misty Step spell. As Pock is sat in a tree, panting, out of breath, scared for his life. And he's sitting there, he's like, I'm not going to be safe for long here. What can I do? Reaching down to a piece of his clothing. Pock, he's a druid, yeah? So natural clothes, like his armour is like hide and things like that. Maybe he's got a bit of fleece on him. Minor illusion uses verbal and material components, the material being a bit of fleece. He rips off a piece of his clothing, puffs it up, and creates an illusion on top of himself. A 5-foot cube of leaves and branches hidden inside his own illusion. He just sits there looking out and waits. Eventually the orcs move on. They can't find him. They don't know where. No footsteps. They talk to each other. Rah, 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 rah. There was another one. A boy. Go. You. Back to the cave. And they disperse. Now we go back to the front of the cave. Pock was looking at the chasm, and the bridge had been cut. There's no way across. And as he goes back into the hallway behind him, if you remember rightly, he noticed something wrong with the wall. And as he went to research it, it was just ever so slightly open, ajar. Now, what of course you don't know is orcs came out of here. There's a door there, a secret door, but they've just left it ever so slightly ajar. He reaches up, unclicks it, and goes through. Now,
that's how you play Pock. Jesus, should have done all of that, shouldn't I? Really?
Yeah, well, maybe. I told you I had a plan.
No, you had guilt.
That shit I wouldn't have even thought of, to be fair. Yeah, you had guilt. Yeah. I'll bear that in mind.
Let's
That was
go
awesome, though.
to the map. The rest of you we left last week in this long room, which is yet to be explored. Surrounded by some couple of dead orcs. Scapes is still limping his way up the steps from this dark hole. Don't know what's down there.
Steps towards heaven at the moment.
Yeah. It's a beautiful map. So this map is taken from the... I've forgotten, I've said it before. It's Tales of the Yawning Portal. A load of one-shots of like old famous one-shots. And this is the Forge of Fury. Map. What are you guys doing? You've just defeated the shaman. You've just defeated the orcs and the sturges. Let me give you a description of the room that you are in so that you can remember. Room number 10. The ceiling soars 30 feet high in the centre of this impressive chamber, and the walls are carved with images of dwarves at their forges. 2 large stone doors exit to the north and south. Now, you came from the south. A gate of wrought iron stands on the western wall, just about 20 feet from where you are. In the centre of the floor, a natural rift descends sharply. Dozens of stone steps lead down into darkness, and you can just about hear the distant sound of running water and a curious buzzing coming from far below.
Okay, I just want to kind of stagger up these steps a little bit and fall over. Yeah, about there. I fall over, obviously looking really hurt, hoping someone will notice me.
I've noticed you.
Yay!
I can't do anything about it.
I've got one healing potion.
Oh, I have. Oh, sorry. I do have. I have literally 1 spell slot left of healing word.
Yeah,
as well,
I've got 5 out of 28. So, if I was to put an arbitrary number on it,
Yeah.
but
I will cast healing word to give you a little bit of something.
oh, I'd love that.
But you might need to do a potion as well. That's 6 points of damage. Points of healing.
Damage? Oh, fuck.
I killed
I
it.
went hideously wrong. Typical Millicent.
Sorry. Points of healing. Points of healing.
Thank you.
You want this health potion as well, Scapes?
Wait, what have I got? 6 from...
Yeah, 6 from...
So that puts me on 11 out of 28. So what do you guys think?
Who's on what
Take
at the moment?
Pardon?
Who's on what hit points at the moment?
I'm good.
I've got 13. You've got 11.
Why is it not letting me change my hit points?
I've got 2 hit dice left to use. What's that? It's on a short rest, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can we take a short rest here? Because then... Oh, wait, you've already given me that healing. I just can't seem to put it on.
You can take a short rest if you want. It is an hour, but I mean, you could...
Could we take that instead?
I want to search this shaman and see what this bitch has got on her.
Yeah, and I want to have a look around the room and see if there's any other exits, because I don't fancy going down them stairs.
Definitely not.
Let's have a look.
Well, to be fair, it sounded like running water down there, and I would have thought that as a way out. But there was a buzzing also.
A buzzing also, yeah.
I have a feeling. Well, I don't know if my character would feel like this or know anything about this, but has there been mention of like fissures to the Underdark and issues like that? There has, isn't there, from like the old shit that happened a few years back, right?
Is there? I don't know. No, not as far as I'm aware. There's no real. The only mention you've got really so far in this adventure is, you know, of course, the black spiders are drow, and drow live in the Underdark. But that's the only mention that you really got of it. But the Underdark is miles underground. So you have to go down a long way to get to the Underdark. It's literally another world that's underneath the top side of the world, I suppose.
So I took the healing from Millicent.
Yeah.
So I'm now on 11. Should we leave it at that for now?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind giving this healing potion if you want it.
Yeah, go on then. Give it to me. I'm greedy.
Healing potion over to you.
Oh, what's the roll?
What is the roll for healing potions?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Roll 2d4.
Like I said, don't forget you could have a short rest. If you want to go and search that room, you could go in there. If you remember rightly, when she ran out of that room, she unlocked it with a key. So you could lock yourself in that room and try and take a short rest rather than using potions and stuff if you wanted to.
Should we do that?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel bad. Sorry, Millicent.
And you said you wanted to search her,
No.
so she doesn't really have much on her other than... no, with the key... is still in the door.
Okay.
But she used one already, but she does have 2, you can call them potions, but they're more like vials of alchemist fire. That's what she threw at Droop and set him on fire with. Her weapon is a spear. She has a spear. And then she's got like spell components and things like that on her. But that's about it in terms of what she's got on her. But there's her chambers. If you want to go and have a look in there. Back down in that room, there's a fire smouldering. There's a bed. The secret door is still open. Chair and table, little study.
We're going to have a mooch around in there.
Yeah.
Move my man into there.
I'll follow him.
We're going to have a look around, give me some perception rolls.
Where have you gone?
Into the room at the bottom.
Down to the south of the map where you came from last week.
South. Perception. Oh, Jesus. That's not a good roll. That's 5 plus 3. It's an 8.
Okay. 8 for Burr searching around.
What is it? Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do one of them.
Oh shit, no, that wasn't even a D20. I rolled a fucking D.
Can I roll investigation?
No.
No, even worse. I got a 3. A 6. Yeah, fucking great.
5.
I've got 10.
10.
Shit rolled.
So the room is cluttered with crude furnishes, and the air is hazy with the smoke of that small cooking fire in the southeast corner. Sorry, there's dozens of yellow skulls suspended from the ceiling by fraying ropes strung through the holes punched in the bone. There's not a whole lot there really on the table and stuff. There is like a tatty book, which none of you are really able to read. I guess it's in Orcish, but there's some kind of like arcane symbols on it and things like that. You think maybe some kind of spell book or something. However, you do find a couple of leather sacks amongst all of the clutter on the desk. Each one containing 160 silver pieces. So that is 320 silver pieces.
Jesus, we're rich.
Did we take a short rest, by the way?
If you want to take a short, you can lock yourself in that room.
I'm not saying we have to. It's just up to you guys. But let me know.
Well, we figured would we use that rather than the healing potion?
I would personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Luke, I'm having trouble. My thing's not telling me my hit die.
What isn't?
D&D20.
If you click on short rest, it's in the bit next to your class.
Yeah, that's gone though.
Oh, okay.
I reckon a paladin is a D10. Would be my guess.
Yeah, I'm having trouble.
Hold on a moment. D10, yeah, per level. So
D10. Oh, so I've got.
I don't know how many you've used because you guys had a short rest earlier on, so I don't know how many you've already used.
I think I only used 1. I'm just going to use 2.
I'm going to roll 1. That's 4. So I'm back. So it's 13. So I'm back up to 17. I'm going to leave it at that for now, I think. Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, I could use the other. I can use another one.
Yeah, don't forget to add your Constitution modifier as well.
What's the Constitution modifier? It's +2, isn't it?
Yeah, so for every hit die you use, you add your Constitution modifier. Yeah. So escapes, if you've rolled 2 dice, you can roll your Constitution modifier twice.
Yeah, I'm at full now anyway.
Okay.
So 17, 18. I've got 19 hit points. I can roll again if I want to, but I'm going to roll again just in case.
Might as well
use it.
You never know.
6 + 2 is 8. That's good. So that's 27. Yeah, right, I'm up to 27 now. Cool.
Yeah, it seems like some of D&D and Beyond is gone.
Bit strange.
Really
Cool. Right, I've got no hit dice left now. So
Duke will do the same. Right, okay. So there you go. What are you going to do, guys?
Well, we've had a rest. Now we need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, find Pock.
Can we get back into that chamber where we just fought everybody?
So,
And I just want to have a mooch around the whole chamber and see what's what. That's all right. See if there might be another secret door or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, there's a door to the north, and then there's the gate to the west.
Ah. There's a gate. I think I saw that before.
Let's go and check out the gate.
Did describe it to you.
Can I use investigation on the gate?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yay, thanks. Thanks, Luke. Oh, 9. Can I roll it twice on the gate?
No, you investigate that gate, and it appears to be a gate.
Is it locked?
There's a gate here, everyone.
Right. Let's have a look.
I don't think I rolled high enough to even find out if it's locked.
Just checking the thingy majiggy. Let's have a look. What bloody room is that? 8. Nothing like slowing the game down to read the guide. This is what happens when you're not prepped. Okay. The lock is rusted shut on the gate. That's what I was looking for. So if you try to open the gate, it's locked.
Can I attack the rusted lock?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I just go, stand back, everyone. And I go, puppy power! And roll a 13.
Yeah, that'll hit. It's only a thingy.
Yeah.
By the way, who picked up the vials of fiery shit from the shaman?
And Millicent was the one that said she searched the shaman.
Did I?
Yeah, you said you wanted to see what stuff she had.
No, Gav said that.
I searched it, but
okay.
Who wants the fiery vials of shit? Anyone?
I'll take them.
Take them.
So I have how many fiery vials of shit?
2.
2 fiery vials of shit.
And does anyone want a spear?
Nah. I use the sword.
That's it. Right. Sorted.
Okay.
Just before we move on.
Anyway, I just heroically defeated this lock.
Yeah, it's a rusty lock. You smack it with your magical longsword and it breaks. So the iron gate is stuffed with like blankets and straw pallets and stuff, but like in between the holes. But you smash it and it comes ajar and you can push it open. That's fine. I will just see about opening that for you. Otherwise, there is another.
There's another door at the north, isn't there?
Door at the north, if you want to investigate that.
I would like to investigate that door.
Cool. So that door.
Or whatever you want me to do.
The door to the south. Nope, that's not that door. The door to the north is carved an image of a glowering. Is that the word? Glowering dwarf's face. Hinges are visible on either side of the door. 8 small spouts are carefully worked into the stonework about 10 feet above the floor. There's skeletons on the floor as well around there, as you can see. Let's have a look. Roll me a perception on that.
Ooh, 22.
22. So the skeletons near the door, their remains show signs of severe scorching. There's some rusted axe heads lying near the bodies with no signs of the weapon's hafts.
Yeah, I'm going to back away from that door and keep an eye out for pressure plates and all that sort of shit.
Okay, so roll me another an investigation on that one.
Ooh. Oh, that's all right then. 15.
15. Okay. Yes. Yep, that's fine. So yeah, you can tell then there that with a successful DC 10 investigation check, a character deduces that they form part of a trap mechanism.
Yay, clever. So I'm just not going to attempt to go that door and set off that trap. I'm back in the fuck away.
I attack the trap. No. Anyway, can I kick this door slightly open?
If you want to. Which door? The gate?
Yeah, the gate. I want to kick the gate so it goes...
Yeah, you can open the gate.
Make as much noise as possible on escape.
And then, I'll stride in a little bit.
Cool. So as you go up into that corridor, you can basically, you get about 10 foot in, then starts turning to the south, but it's just chokes with boxes and sacks and rubble and things like that. You could probably clear your way through it if you wanted to.
I attack the rubble.
You start attacking the rubble. Burr, Millicent, what are you guys doing?
Well, following, I guess.
Yeah, I think just follow him behind.
You're not going to go and look at the trapdoor.
Well, I can go and see if I can...
I mean, it's a trapdoor. Why would somebody trap a door if there's nothing behind it?
Maybe that was what I was thinking.
Don't let him tempt you.
Being a rogue,
we are trying to get out of here.
But I'm naturally inquisitive.
You can be inquisitive. I'm only joking. Do what you like.
Okay.
I don't know now.
Don't. I was only joking. Do what you like.
Well, Droop, curious, goes up to the door.
Set up the trap. Droop.
I'll have a look at it, but I'm not quite sure that traps are my speciality. Let's have a look. Nah, I'm not messing with that. I only rolled a 5. I mean, Millicent is clearly
into the door.
What have I got to roll for to check that?
Well, I can tell you it's trapped.
Yeah.
Perhaps you are able to then look at what kind of trap or what sets it off, or
what would I use to disengage it?
Give me an investigation check as well.
Right, I'll do that. Fuck's sake, I rolled an 8.
Do you not have
8?
Just an 8, no modifiers?
No, not for investigation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not quite sure. So Millicent already said that she reckons that these spouts down the sides of the door probably form some kind of trap. It's pretty obvious. There's dead bodies on the floor. Yeah, something's going to come out of there. But you're not quite sure what. So you're not quite sure. You could try and deactivate it if you wanted to with your thieves' tools, but
give it a go. What's the move?
So that's basically it's a sleight of hand check. It's a dexterity check plus your proficiency bonus.
4. Fuck's sake, 5. I'm changing these dice. I'm gonna go and burn these.
Can I just bar? Can Escape just bar to the door?
Okay, so
you don't want to do that.
You go, okay, well, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I can see here there's some kind of thing here, and if I probably do this and maybe disconnect that.
Yeah.
But you only rolled, what, a 5?
A 5.
So is that 5 total?
5 total, yeah. I rolled a 1.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
Plus the 4, yeah.
Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah, what do I need to roll for that? Just a 20, yeah?
D20.
D20, that's an 11 plus what?
Your dexterity saving throw.
Plus 4, so 15.
15, lovely. So these spouts burst out with fire out of these fires, but it's kind of sticky, kind of like the alchemist fire.
Sticky fire.
jar. You manage to jump out of the way, but you still get singed. For 4 points of damage.
Saves me for playing with fire.
It does stick to you, and you are a little bit on fire.
A little bit on fire.
Yeah. Well, you managed to escape most of it, but you are.
I stop, drop, and roll.
Excellent.
My beard's a little bit skew-whiff now.
What beard?
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys really what you want to do. There's probably something cool behind there. I don't know.
There's got to be something
But,
good
like,
behind there.
if
It's
you'd
got to be
rather-
something good.
Okay,
It
can
could
I
be the
barge
way
the door
out. I
now?
don't know. Huh?
Open it
Can I
before
barge the door
pointing.
now?
You want to just go and run and barge that door?
Yes, please.
You run and you barge that door and you kick it open. As you kick it open, there's like you see this weight kind of drop. Roll me a dexterity saving throw as again these flames burst out.
Yeah, let's do it. Dexterity.
Saving throw.
Oh dear, that's not good. Oh, 14.
Lovely. Okay, so again, you managed. You know that it's
Only
coming as well.
time is
In
like-
fact, you knew it was going to happen. So roll again with advantage. So it looks like you did roll twice actually by accident. A 14 and a 12 on the
did.
screen. Yeah, so we'll just
I
say-
did, and you should probably take that because I've lost it.
The numbers are really hard to read on these dice. You also take 4 points of damage and you're a little bit on fire, but the door is burst open and where you've slammed through it, the trap has become disabled as this weight has just dropped down to the floor. Inside...
Can I stop, drop, and roll?
Yeah, I assumed that you would anyway, that's fine.
Sorry.
You've barged through the door already, but inside there's some barrels, some copper barrels. Large copper drums, they're in actual fact.
Attack the barrels.
You notice there's a system of pipes coming out of the barrels that go through to the trap. This weight that's now broken that was setting it off. And that's it.
What, connected to the trap?
Yeah.
There's fuck all in there.
So it's safe now. We can go in there and look at it.
You can go in and look at these massive copper drums. And you open it up,
that's
and
it.
it's filled with the alchemist's fire.
Oh, great.
Well, you know
so we
that's
can
what's in
take
it.
as much as that as we want.
Yeah, so basically you know that the alchemist's fire, it basically, once it comes in contact with air, it combusts. So
Right.
it's trapped inside these copper drums with the pipes coming out. But you could possibly find a way of decanting
Blowing
that
it.
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyone got any bottles on them?
Nope.
No.
No.
I don't think there's anything in the bag of holding for you either.
Is anybody proficient with alchemy supplies?
No.
I don't think
Nope.
so.
Oh, no, that's not true. I have alchemist supplies.
There you go. So yeah, you
Hey.
can if you've got some like empty flask or things like that, there's probably
Grenades.
you can salvage yourself an extra couple of flasks of an extra 4 flasks. Well, it says 1d4, so
Droop, chuck us your shoes.
you can have another 4 flasks of alchemist fire. I'm going
So
to leave
the
you
I
there.
have 6 files.
Yeah.
Alchemist file.
It's not great stuff, but you can find the rules for it. But it's
It'll come in handy, I'm
I
sure.
think it has an area of effect. I think.
it
well,
doesn't. I
maybe not.
thought it did, but it actually doesn't.
I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. It just, I think you throw it on someone, you make a melee range attack, you throw it at someone, and if it hits them, they
They're on
take like
fire.
D4 fire damage, but it sticks to them, and then every round they take damage unless they use an action to put it out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Pock. While they're
Hello.
fucking around, you go through this hallway. I'm going to talk you through this just to speed it up.
Okay.
And you go down some steps here into this room. In this room, you can see there's some arrow slits pointing out to the entrance where you came through originally. So just so you can see it on your screen, you walked up here like
Okay.
this. Okay. through here. There you'll see that's the chasm. Then you've gone through this secret door, like that. And there's these arrow slits that point out to that room. There's a corridor going up here. And when you get up here, there's a door. Here, I can't be bothered to mess around with the dynamic lighting. There's a door here, which takes you through here. And you come out inside this room, filled with beds, boxes. You have to force your way out of here, through these boxes and everything. And you see that there's all these dead bodies of these orcs. Cool. So someone's obviously been here before. Now, you've seen this room because, of course, you witnessed the players kill these people.
Yeah.
These are the orcs. There's the guy that you thought was a boss that you guys got a surprise round on, burst through and just killed like in one round. You come out of here.
Cheeky.
Yeah. And you're in...
Is that... Are you talking about the room where Scape's pissed on all the beds?
Yeah, it smells a bit musty in there.
On the bed.
Secret.
Oh, nice.
There's a door there that none of us see. The other side of it.
And there's a door there as well. Going up some steps. As well. And I'm going to leave you there for a second as you come down here.
Yeah.
And you see...
I have no idea where to go.
And you don't know where you're going, but you're just looking around, and that's all you're doing. You're just looking around, finding your way at the moment because you don't know where you're going. I'm not going to sit here and go, which way do you go? Because you sure know which way to go, but of course Pock doesn't. So we're not going to sit here and role play you guessing which way to go, but you're going to start using some of your skills to look around, see if you can notice footprints, see if you can hear anything. And it's probably going to take you some time to navigate your way around, but eventually... You probably will.
I was going to say, could I hear all that fucking calamity that just happened?
Possibly.
Being kicked down.
Possibly, absolutely, yeah. You hear some banging, crashing, and I believe Scapes was... Oh, probably everyone. I mean, what are you guys doing? Are you where you know?
I'm smashing away at this thing now. After I smashed through that door, I instantly went back to smashing at this.
Excellent. Is anybody else?
I'm going to be ready. I don't know what that noise is. I'm going to be ready as I approach. Well, to run away, if anything, I think.
Okay. Cool. So you hear all of this smashing and banging. What do you think Pock would do? Would he go in? I mean, you guys are smashing this down together, I imagine, moving these boxes out of the way. And I imagine that you would probably help.
He knows they're down there. Even if they're not, he needs to know where they are. So either way, he's gonna look for them.
And you guys are going to be talking as you work, surely, as well. Maybe not shouting your heads off.
Yeah, I'm going, God damn it, we need to get the fuck out of this place.
Okay. So as you walk down this chamber, there's piles and piles of rubbish and debris packed up. You're heading towards this sound. And as you come down here, you notice that there's this pool of murky water there. I don't think Pock ever went and explored this area, so he probably didn't see it before. I think he literally went prison and out.
Prison and out, yeah.
Yeah. So just... This room is basically, as you can see on the map, it's quite long and it kind of goes in a bit of a banana shape. You've come from a nice, well-cut wall kind of corridor to the north, and as you've come down, there's a couple of offshoots to the west as you go down.
I can't remember the way you actually
haphazard stacks and crates, barrels, sacks and bundles crowd this long cavern to the north. 2 finished stone passageways open to the east and west, which is where you just came from. A narrower opening leads south. In the southeast corner is an old well full of murky water. And then you've got this passage going east, which is blocked after about 10 feet by packed crates and sacks of flour. But you can hear on the other side it all getting moved out the way, and Scapes going, God, bloody hell, bastard, whatever he was.
What a waste of flour.
Eventually, you burst open a hole. Standing before you is your friends.
Hey.
Oh, well, about time you showed up, you little bugger.
Puck just collapses on the floor. Badum! Straight down. He can relax. People will help him.
Wonderful.
Millicent walks over and steps over Puck.
What a bitch.
And we continue through the dungeon.
Did you see that? Didn't see that coming.
And Droop starts poking at Puck.
Hey, Master Puck! Master Puck! You're back! Where's Carp?
Fuck me.
Really? That's terrible.
It's so I just kind of explain what happened. I was attacked by various bands, a couple of bands of orcs, and I've sent Carp running back home.
He's so much safer now. Well done, Puck.
I had no choice.
Yeah.
If it's either he ran or he died. And
Well, yeah.
as
opposed before, he could have probably escaped through subterfuge. But anyway,
at the minute I've got fuck all hit points left. I'm on my ass. I don't particularly need the fucking pep talk, but thank you anyway. So I just, for the sake of time, explain kind of what happened, how I got away and found them, and fuck.
Anyway, do you know the fucking way out of here?
Maybe we should give him some healing.
Yeah, do you want a healing potion?
If anyone's got any, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
I don't know if I would have had a rest or anything like that.
Yeah, so you had mechanically a short rest in the tree while you were waiting for the orcs to fuck off, because you were fucked when you see. Your hit points are probably all right. 'Cause I don't think you'd had a short rest yet yourself, so you probably had all your hit dice and could have used them all.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh no, turns out I'm fine.
He's beaten and he's tired, but considering the fact that all of that was actually one massive cutscene, I'm not going to now penalise you and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, you've got no hit points."
No.
Okay, cool, right. Well, there's a few scrapes and scars, but he's healed himself to some extent. Not
Don't
emotional.
split the party again.
No.
Sorry, DM. Look, yeah, I can show you the way I came. I found I think I found a door somewhere. I can't remember, but if I ask the DM nicely, he'll show me where that was.
Thank God.
But yeah, I hope Carp's okay. And give me that fucking thing, and I just rip the wherever Scapes has my fucking totem, and I just take it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop that back on. Won't be doing that again.
Well,
are you all okay?
We're all great, and we're bloody glad to see you. And Scapes gives him a hand up.
Thank you very much.
Gives him a hand job.
That's what I thought we said.
Here, have some lay on hands, son.
Oh, easy time. Now we can put we talk some shit about politics, we play some D&D, and we do hardcore pornography.
I have to say, I am sorry for leaving. I feel that you guys are fine.
You had to do what you had to do.
But I had to do. Speaking of which,
he has a way.
there is a carp heading in the wilderness back to Phandalin. It's the best I could do for him. I would like to go and make sure he's fine. But maybe we discuss.
Let's get out of here first.
Yeah, I think we've creamed this place now. I think we've done them enough damage to get back.
We've got nothing left. I will explain to Pop that we have cleared out.
Is there
3 or 4 rooms?
Is there any way we can any way we can blow this place up with that fire oil that's obviously pumping through pipes? But
just set a timed something, but I don't know how we would.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't have that sort of brain, unfortunately.
We have brandy.
We could just set a fire.
Use the brandy as a fuse.
But that would be too quick, right? Like we could just set a fire and hope that it gets there eventually.
Well, we could move all this detritus in there, set a light to it, and then run the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What's this? And I point to the murky pool of water. Did someone investigate that? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a shithole water pool.
Okay, so it's okay. I mean, that's
Or as
kicking
orcs call it, soup.
There's a potential that we could have rid of this place.
We could set. Honestly, I think we should put all of these boxes right next to those things, or even open them. But I mean, I don't think we'll have to. We set that room ablaze, they will pop. That'll melt.
Yeah,
they were only bronze or whatever.
I wouldn't open them because if they're alchemist fire, then it's contact with air makes them ignite.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Right, well, I think that gives us enough time. All we got to do is stack all this wood in there.
I also, I feel that there are orcs on their way back here.
Well, let's make
the last I see them, there was some heading to Phandalin, I think, and some heading back here. And I don't think hanging around. You know, we could set it on fire, but the orcs are still there. I'm sure they'll find elsewhere to exist. There's nothing down here. I think we should fuck off.
How long did it take you to get to this point?
It took me exactly. Insert DM comment.
An hour. I don't know how long. Our time is all over the place because I have no idea.
I just mean from the front door through the passages to.
Like 5-10 minutes. He had to search around, not knowing where he was going.
Let's get out of here.
Cool.
Yeah. If we can be out and a bit safer.
Front door, is that our only option? Back up the rope.
No, the rope's gone.
The rope's gone.
Oh, what? It's gone.
Yeah.
Did I know that? I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
Well done.
I think it got singed to death, didn't it?
Yeah, I think they pulled it out and cut it, didn't they? The gulks at the top.
Oh no, I thought we got burnt. Sorry, I thought we got burnt by the fire.
No, so it got cut at the top. It fell down and then burnt in the fire. I think from what I remember, end of last week, I did describe you going to the chimney.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
And then seeing there was no way down, and then coming back down. I can't remember, to be honest.
Front door it is.
Yep, the way you came in.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're just leaving, and save you some time. Yeah, I mean, trying to think about your plan, like, in terms of blowing stuff up. Basically, you go up this way. Back to the way you go. Do you guys realise where you are on the map? You've been here before, yeah?
Yeah, we've been there before, yeah.
The only place that you have not been in this entire place is through that door to there's a door to your south right there where I've just put you. That's the only place that you've not been. If you wanted to investigate, otherwise,
I'd like to investigate the door.
Otherwise, Pock tells you that the way out is this way. In here, I've just moved you again. There's, oh sorry, I haven't got Millicent.
I'm trying to follow.
back in this room, there is. Oh, I've already removed it.
Oh, I see.
There was a door there.
Yep.
Basically. So really, it's up to you guys. You knew that there was a trap there now, so I'll allow you to move over that trap without setting it off. I forgot about that with Sean a moment ago.
Can we just have a listen at that other door where the steps are?
You certainly.
Just for like breath or, people movement, whatever.
Yeah, you certainly can. You hear some incredibly loud snoring.
Yeah, it'd be like fucking another owlbear or some cunt like that.
Yeah, I don't fancy that.
Yeah.
Just get out of here as quietly as we can.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night, isn't it now? Like, you guys attacked at night, so it's been like 2 or 3 hours you've been here. All in all, it's the middle of the night.
I think what that thing's going to wake up to.
But there
We
is...
can sneak into it. If it's snoring, we sneak in, cut its throat.
That's what I think.
You don't hear lots of snoring. Like this room that you're in at the moment where there's lots of beds, and there was another room you was in with lots of beds. so you knew that there was like a common room, like a barracks. You could have expected in the middle of the night to maybe hear a couple of different things snoring. When you listen at that door, you hear one thing snoring, and it's very loud.
So it's going to be big.
That's like the boss man doll.
Yeah, it's a boss man.
Guys, I got nothing.
No, neither have I.
Not a single spell slot left.
No,
My only
I've got
cantrip's a
nothing. I've got
mage
no
hand.
thing.
If you want me to slap it on his ass, I can do that. But that's literally all I can do.
Give it a little tickle.
Well.
Little tickle.
Give it a little
Little
tickle
tickle.
on the chain.
We could sleep in these bed until it wakes up.
Even if I had anything, I still choose to leave.
All right, then let's leave.
So, as much as
Yeah.
it sucks, we've got to be a little bit sensible here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's
We'll
leave.
end up dying otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is just dungeons.
You go back the way that I'll scoop you up. If you were listening when I was describing it to Pock, there's a corridor, arrow slots. You go out, you come out into this chamber, and you can see that bridge is no longer there. It's hanging down on your side, and you hear the rushing water at the bottom of this massive cavern. On the opposite side, you can see where you were not too long ago. And if you keep on going to the west, you've got steps going down and down. Those orcs are not there. I just remembered there's a couple of orcs there. They are not there. Don't worry about that. And then you're out of the cave and you're on the side of this hill, and there's basically, this is a steep drop there, but there is a pathway that will take you ever slowly round here, eventually going down the hill. If you remember when you first arrived here and you were scoping the place out, there was a pathway that led up the hill, and that's where you are at, going down and down the hill.
Sneaky, catchy monkey.
Scapes accidentally trips over and then gets up. Everything is fine.
Well,
let's find a kind of
Let's find
Place-
somewhere to camp
place-
for the night.
place
Lick
to
our
chat.
wounds.
Yeah.
We need, if there's still an orc hunting party out there, we need to do some work to hide ourselves, I think. If we
Yeah.
can.
Mm-hmm.
No fires.
We find a cave.
Yeah, no fires.
you're all tired. You've had some short rests, but you haven't had a proper sleep. You've gone through the night. It's now maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you've not slept since the previous day. You're
Can you... Sorry.
got
go on.
nothing left in you at all, as you've just discussed. You're tired. You need to get out. You need to find somewhere to rest. You need to get back to Phandalin. You need to find Carp. Possibly warn Phandalin. I mean, you've cleared out a lot of orcs, but who knows?
We need to...
What's
to
down those stairs? Are there more? Perhaps you could rest up, get full power, go back in, have another argument with Pock. Who knows?
I
Find
think
out.
we'd want to get back to... Oh, sorry.
Find out next week on the Dice and Die show.
You really sign off.
I know. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. As always, do make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, that you follow us on the Twitters and the Facebooks, and that you give us a review. We always ask for reviews. I'm going to tell you right now, if I haven't done so before, why it's so important. There are literally thousands of Dungeons & Dragons podcasts out there. Loads of them. A lot of them are better than us, don't get me wrong, but there's loads. What really, really helps, I mean, we don't make any money from this. We do this for fun, but it takes a lot of effort for us to do it. You know, a lot of time and stuff goes into it. By giving us a review, it just gives us a little bit back to us, but it helps us appear higher up in searches. So when new people are looking and they're going on their app and they're going, oh, Dungeons and Dragons, if the more reviews we've got, the higher we're going to appear in those charts, the higher we're going to appear in searches, which means that more people will find us. So it really is the easiest, the quickest, and the cheapest, it's free way of giving back to us. However, if you do want to give us some money, then please do. You can do so. Have a look in the description. You'll see that there is a link on our Red Circle website where you can actually donate a small amount of money. Buy me a coffee. Why the fuck not? I'm paying out of my own pocket for a Roll20 subscription. I've bought modules for this, the lot. Give me some money, bitches.
Give me your money.
Give me your money. No, but seriously, it's been a pleasure, guys. I hope you all had fun. For those on the Twitch stream, of course, will be back in 5 minutes to record the next episode. But I need a fag.
Yay! Bye.
Hey.
Love you all. Good night. And remember, may your dice never die.
That was sexy as fuck.
Bonjour, everybody. Je m'appelle Luc.
Est-ce que vous comprenez l'anglais?
I am your dungeon master.
Jamon.
Don't know.
You can add France to the list of people
Yeah.
we've insulted.
Omelette du fromage.
Oh.
Omelette.
Petit saucisson.
Un piscine.
Oh.
I just said that
Oh.
at the same time.
Don't panic, everybody. Do not adjust your headsets. This is not some weird, bizarre French podcast. This is, in fact, the Dice and Die, your favourite Dungeons, Dragons and other TTRPG podcast, where we talk about random shit, slag off Tories, call people cunts, and then play some D&D. My name is, in fact, Luke. Je m'appelle Luke. I am your dungeon master, your friend, your host. I don't know, whatever. And I am joined by Millicent, Lisa Horton.
Hey. Où est la discothèque?
Scapes, played by the wonderful James Blythe.
Hello, how are you doing? Hello. That was my French accent, by the way.
Was it? Oh, hello. Brr, played by Gavin Bourne.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Hey. Bonjour,
And
my son.
Pock, played by Sean Lee.
Où habite-vous la fromage?
What is URBT?
I live in cheese.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, beat.
J'habite.
Habite la piscine un fromage. Ouais.
Swimming pool of
I
cheese.
live in cheesy fish.
That's poisson fish.
Oh.
Hey, what's duck?
Quack.
Dead. That's what a duck is.
I know duck in Thai. Duck in Thai is ped.
Head.
I don't know any time. Apparently, I
You
don't know
say
any.
yeah, ped, which means fuck a duck.
Ah.
I always remember my sister telling me that was it le bolodoy is the bollocks. So
Nice.
I don't know if that's right or not. Le bolodoy. So it'd be le bolodoy chien would be the dog's bollocks, or the bollocks dog. The chien,
see.
le chien bolodoy. I don't know.
I like the fact that they actually call us roast beef.
They
Like,
do
I've
call
got a
us
few-
roast beef.
I've got quite a few
Really?
French friends, and they're like, yeah, this, and they are like, we're roast beef to them. Like,
Yeah.
you know the way that people here call them froggies.
This is it. And at the end of the
When
day,
you go
calling
to
us
Spain and people call you Del Boy.
yeah, being called
Thing
roast
is,
beef is
Cool.
less offensive than us calling them frogs. To be fair, so,
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think
I
we've got
think
any
what-
French listeners.
The funny thing
Right.
is the French are like exactly the same as us. That's the point that I think is funny about it, because like we're both puerile sort of like puerile Europeans.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I fart in your general direction.
Yeah.
I used to have a really good friend who was French. When I first moved to Ipswich, Christophe.
Christophe.
He was like the smallest person you've ever met. It was like he was some kind of midget
Really
or
far away.
dwarf or something, but he
Oh,
wasn't.
he's really far away.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, he was really cool, really cool guy. I think he moved back to France. I have no idea what happened to him, but he was a cool dude. But he was really funny, yeah, and really dirty
They're cool,
minded, yeah.
We had a French kid at school for a while called Michael Lacoule, and
That's a great name.
he had this extraordinarily long middle finger. It was just like really weird. It was like
Tell me more.
twice the size. I know, it was like I always thought that guy was going into gynecology.
Yeah, and it's talking about French people. There's
Great sentence.
I don't think it's new anymore, but on Netflix there's a show like the Unsolved Mysteries. I mean, it came out a few months back now this year, and
Like,
one.
really
Have you watched it?
Yeah. I watched like the first couple of episodes.
Oh, yeah.
One, the geezer went off the roof, and no one knows how he
Yeah.
did. And,
Well, one of them was about a French guy. Now, I vaguely remember it being in the news about 10 years back. And he's like a duke or like the son of a duke or something. And he's got a family, he's got kids. And one day, like the neighbours noticed the house was just boarded up and empty, and it was all really strange. And eventually the police were called, and they found the wife and all the kids buried in the back garden, and the dad had just fucked off and disappeared, and they never found him. They traced him all around the coast of France and down, and eventually he just disappeared, and they to this day have no idea where he went.
Wow.
Yeah, really strange.
Sounds
that's the only problem with that program. Like, they're unsolved. It bugs me. I'm like, I want to know what
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really want.
reading a book and like not reading the end. It's just like getting to the last page again. Actually, I'm not going to bother reading that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the worst thing about those murderers. You're right.
Yeah. I want those murderers caught.
Just so you have some closure.
This is it.
Yeah.
There's another episode. We've not watched them all yet, but there was another episode. But it was like some hillbilly Americans, like this bunch of college kids, again from like 10, 15, maybe more years ago, and they went to They literally like went to a random party. I don't even think they knew anybody at the party, but they drove like an hour and a half to get to this party. One of the guys was black. But the town they went to this party in was like a proper white supremacist like town. Like proper racist town. They went to this party, and then all of the mates just left this black guy at this party and went, and they all had these really dubious stories, and the black guy disappeared, and eventually they found the body like months later. They found the body, and it was they don't know how he died. No one knows what happened to him at this party, and no one would talk. And you're watching the interviews with his mates, they're talking about how bad they feel for leaving him, and I'm just thinking to myself, you fucking know. You're fucking in on it. Like, why would you just fucking leave?
Are you sure you wasn't watching Road Trip with Tom Green?
Yeah, I love that.
Pretty sure that's the exact plot of that film, isn't it?
You know the one that got me, Luke? I don't know if you remember it, but the guy who, the woman who was a hairdresser and she got killed, like she just disappeared from the hairdressers. It was like the second episode of the first series.
I haven't seen that one.
And the husband is like standing there with like the ashes in a box, and he's like, yeah, her son's never going to get to see the ashes because he didn't get on with the son. And then he's like, yeah, for a while I used to sleep with the ashes in bed with me, and it was just like, you fucking weirdo, mate. Honestly, it was so odd. Yeah, it was bizarre. Yeah.
Rolling around.
That's watch that. Watch the second episode, series 1. Tell me what you think.
Oh, well, is it on Netflix? Because I thought we were watching like all the ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Check
it out.
Series 2 is just come out on Netflix. I watched series 1, but the first episode of series 1, this guy fell off a roof, and they don't know how he fell off the roof.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
It's like a really weak pilot.
It's basically like they
if
found
you're on a roof. You kind of got quite a high chance of falling off.
No,
a roof,
basically
No.
they found his body inside like a water tank
Bungalow.
or something on another roof.
No, it was in a room, wasn't it?
Yeah, in
on
a room
roof.
on another roof, and there's a hole where he's obviously fallen through. But they're saying that it is physically impossible for him to have got from this other roof
I
to where he
disagree.
was. So like they basically say that he was dumped there. They reckon that he was killed and dumped there, and they tried to make it look like it was a suicide or something, but it just
I reckon they
nothing
threw him out
adds.
of a plane.
Nothing adds up. Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah, well, makes good telly though, isn't it? It's the same as those ghost programs. Like they don't add up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But no, we watched a few episodes, and then we've been rewatching American Horror Story from the first episode, so we're into near the end of Asylum now, which is cool.
Have you started the Bly Manor one?
Yeah, we watched Blind
Yes.
Manor.
Oh, I finished it. Great.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
good,
about 3 or 4. I'm about 4 or 5 episodes in, I think.
Really good.
Oh,
It gets better from there.
Yeah, it does.
It's
It
not
does
that
get
great
better
up
towards the
until
end.
that point.
Did you watch the first season?
I did.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Haunted
Can't
Hill
remember
House.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I wasn't that blown away by that. I thought it was alright.
Yeah, same. I thought Blind Manor was better. The story was lovely, but it wasn't as scary like the first season.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
I think
hanging
it's
lady
scary.
and the ghost were really quite creepy. but
Almost a different show, really.
it
Wasn't
was, yeah, and it was more.
it? Not for any bad reason.
Yeah. So the other
More
thing.
story.
The other thing that we watched on Netflix recently was the new Adam Sandler movie, Who Be Halloween. Have you watched that yet?
No.
I think I have.
Ah, it's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. It's like,
Adam Sandler off in
You
the
said you like
podcast.
Predators.
we did. But it is like proper like an old Adam Sandler film. It's really, really good. Taking it kind of back. Yeah, it's really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My dog's going crazy. I do apologise.
You're right.
Yeah. My wife's just come home. Tasha's just got home. She's been out. So the dog's just going crazy. No, it's just probably running around the room. Anyway, yeah, that's what we've been doing recently. Watching lots of Netflix.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I should
Kill
probably play some D&D
Yeah.
if we
Let's
must,
kill
if we have to. I
Even if
suppose.
it's I think Millicent might kill Puck. There was some shade going on at the
There
end.
wasn't there, a bit of shade going on. So last week, let's take it back. In fairness, not a whole lot happened last week. We did just a little bit of role play, and most of it, I think, was just pissing around. But that's I'm fairly certain I've said that before. As an intro to an episode. You guys started the episode after finishing off the majority of the orcs in this place, and we went back to a little bit flashback. What happened to Pock? How he managed to survive. Then you guys, you search the room. You have a small rest. You find some money. You find some alchemist fire. There's a trapped door. You go and we spend a lot of time looking at this trap door because there must be something behind there. At least that's what I said. But it turns out there wasn't anything behind this door.
No.
But you know, and you got, like I said, you got some alchemist fire, and then you break out, and Pock's there, and it's a big reunion, really. But yeah, Millicent was throwing some shade at poor little Pock. He broke down on the floor, tired and exhausted after nearly dying, and crying like a little baby, begging for mummy to forgive him. And Millicent just...
I don't think that's how that happened.
Just steps over him and ignores him, I think. Whilst, yeah, he's just like in the fetal position on the floor, crying, begging Millicent, please forgive me. Please forgive me, Millicent. I'll never leave you again. And she's just like, no, talk to the hand.
Wow, there's a lot of words getting put in mouths here.
She told on my hand as she went past as
Yeah.
well.
Kind
I
of,
saw that too. Yeah.
and then you left.
Hill first.
And then you left. And that's about it. So your plan was for you to go out of Wyvern Tor, find somewhere safe, have a rest, a long rest, and then make your way back to Phandalin. Now, it is the middle of the night. Probably gone the middle of the night, to be honest. When you arrived, you made the plan to attack the place at night. So it was probably 10, 11 at that point. You snuck in, rescued Carp, rescued Droop, snuck out, Pock left. He walked for a bit. You guys did some fighting. You had a short rest. There's an hour there, plus the searching time. Then you did some more searching and fighting. There's a bit longer there. Maybe another half an hour to an hour goes by as you search the place and kill some orcs. You had another short rest. So that's a good 2-3 hours now that you've probably been in this place. So let's call it, it must be at least 2 or 3 a.m. The sun will be coming up in a matter of hours, but you need to get somewhere safe so that you can camp. You head down the path for some way. You need to at first because the incline on this hill is just too steep and rocky. It would be too dangerous to try and scale down the side. But eventually you come to an area where you think to yourselves, well, we need to get off this path. If we stay on this path, we're bound to be found. We need to go and hide somewhere. And you head off through the woods. Maybe some of you could roll a survival to see whether or not you can tell which direction you're heading in, because you don't want to be going the wrong way. But we won't worry about that. You think you're heading in a roughly westerly direction. It doesn't really matter at this point, because the main thing is to put enough distance between yourselves and Wyvern Tor that you're not going to get attacked by whatever orcs are still out here searching for Pock and Carp and whoever else. I mean, they never found you, the ones that were hunting, so who knows what they're doing. Some time goes past, you're treading through the woods, you eventually come to a place where you think, right, we've been walking for several hours now. The sun is imminent. You can just about see it maybe on the horizon, just starting to glow, and you're thinking to yourselves, it's going to come up soon. We need to stop, we need to rest, we need to get our powers back for the day. So you set up a camp. You decide on watches, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll have a Rolex. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll do a watch to somewhat make up lost time.
But don't worry about too much about that, because I think it'd be pretty boring if I threw another ambush on you in the middle of the night, especially when you don't have any spells or anything. It'd be just a bloodbath. Some time goes by, the sun comes up, you feel the warmth, but you just don't feel quite ready. I mean, you can leave if you want. You're going to have your hit points back, but will you have your daily powers back? Will you have your spells back? Have you had enough time? Now, Medicine, as a half-elf, do you need a full 8 hours, or do you get the Elven trait where you only need 4?
Oh, I'll have a look.
Ooh.
I
think
also
it-
only need 4.
I will check.
I don't
Right.
believe that for a second.
Yeah, it's a lie.
He's talking about James.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah.
No, they sleep normal.
They seem normal. Yeah, so what are you going to do, guys? I mean, the sun is up. It's morning now. It's probably about 6 a.m. The sun is coming up. You can stick around for another 5 hours.
Yeah,
Try
let's
and
do that.
sleep through. Take it
Yeah.
in turns. Rest up. A long rest in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I don't think it particularly does it state that you need to specifically sleep for 8 hours. It probably does. I don't know, to be honest.
Scapes just scrolls through like Twitter and Facebook for 8 hours. That'll do him.
Period of extended downtime is what
Yeah.
it says.
So I
Oh,
don't think you need to. I wouldn't say that means sleep.
What if we had like a hearty breakfast?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so a long rest is a period of extended downtime, at least 8 hours long, during which a character sleeps or performs light activity such as reading, talking, eating, or standing watch for no more than 2 hours. If the rest
Okay.
is interrupted by a period of strenuous activity, which would equate to at least 1 hour of walking or fighting, casting spells, or similar adventuring activity, the characters must begin the long rest again to gain any benefit from it.
Shit.
So yeah, so you won't be able to get to move, but you don't necessarily need to actually be asleep for the 8 hours. So you sleep for a few hours, the sun comes up, but you're all just exhausted. Maybe some of you doze, some of you eat, and you talk. What do you talk about?
I think Pock's staying quiet. I think he's really fucked up the last few days, and he's quite worried about Carp, if he's still alive. And I
Well-
think he's a bit on. I don't know if. I think he's going to speak when spoken to, at least for tonight, because
Pock,
I don't
speak
know
up,
how
man.
this-
Where have you been? Did you get the boy back safely? Oh, no, but we don't know, do we?
No, we don't. We don't know what. went on.
I did explain briefly at the end of the last one, but we can.
Oh,
No,
you did. Sorry.
I told him to run home.
Do you know how many orcs were on his tail?
I ran the other way. I tried to distract. I didn't really see. He had a bit of a head start. He cleared the path that I was.
Oh, he was. But this all makes sense now. So he was bait. Good. That was clever.
So
That was clever. Well
he
done.
He was bait so that I could escape.
No, I didn't
I
say
have
that.
no
I was
way
out
of
of character.
if he made it back.
Oh, well, I just put my hand on Pock's shoulder and I go, don't worry, I'm sure it'll be fine. Get your strength back, lad.
Pock, do you have... What was the reason for you giving us your talisman? Do you have, like, locate somebody?
Locate object was so that I could find you again.
And you gave Carp your dagger?
Oh shit! I did give him. Yeah, I did. Fuck yes.
Well, if you...
How that works then?
Maybe if you...
1,000 feet.
Awesome.
I'm just saying that if you wanted to find him, you have means.
Yeah.
It's not all is not lost.
It's within 1,000 feet of me though, so I don't think it's gonna.
Well, you might as well do it just in case.
Does it work on? Oh no! So if I do it on my knife, yeah, I will. I'll bang that one up, please, DM.
You don't have to roll anything for it. You just do it, don't you?
It's 10 minutes concentration. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. And it's within 1,000 feet.
Yes. Is there a body? So
I don't think.
I'm putting it on the dagger. I forgot about that.
No, I don't think you're going to pick anything up with that.
Doesn't seem to.
I mean, 1,000 feet is less than a kilometre, isn't it? 1,000 is about half a kilometre, which is about a quarter of a mile, so it's not.
Well, at least I know that he still
Not here.
has it. Yeah.
I think he's toast.
That's something. I mean, Jesus.
Oh man, it's going to look a lot more tragic than toast.
Scrambled carp. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, what would you guys? In all honesty, I know we have other agendas, but for me, Phandalin is at the top of my list. And
Yeah, we can't let the city go down.
But I am aware that we have other tasks.
I think my priority at this point is Phandalin.
How far are we from Agatha and how far are we from Phandalin right now?
Far. A couple of days.
Far from both.
Yeah. So we look at the map.
What if we still got to return the?
Yeah, we still got to take the Kira back to Agatha and then back to Phandalin. Otherwise, we're going to go back to Phandalin, then have to go back to Agatha's and then back to Phandalin.
Oh dear.
I don't think that. The threat of on Phandalin is more pressing. I think at this point we've seen the enemies now. We know that they couldn't handle what's coming their way on their own.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, as Millicent, wouldn't want to move on to Agatha without having tried to sort that out first. Maybe she'll be angry that we've taken so long, but you know what? I'm sure she doesn't want orcs fucking around either, so...
That bitch took that question as a real question, man. She's a cunt anyway, fuck her.
She's not a favourite.
Will Gundren will be healed either way. She's not waiting to heal him.
Yeah,
before
Gundren's
we
yeah.
return.
No.
I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think this is more important than that, isn't it? Like, you know,
Yeah.
we're talking about, like, you know,
I mean, we
town
could just give the
getting
Kira to Sister Gario and let her finish the fucking deal.
Hmm.
The orc threat
like-
isn't there anymore.
Excellent plan.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
Just do
go
that.
back in.
Rather than cleaning up everyone's messes.
Okay.
But that's what adventurers do.
That's what adventurers do when they don't split the party.
Yeah.
That's Millicent talking, by the way. I am totally cool with it.
Have we camped and rested, or are we in the process of camping and
I think
resting?
we're in the middle
No,
of
I
it.
think-
Yeah, middle of it.
I'm not really sure I could have done.
Are we
that.
doing? Did you say we had to do watches, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would have done watches. I mean, I'm assuming you would have done watches at some point, but because you're not going to
I
just.
didn't know if you were making a roll for it though. That was my question.
No, it's fine. So basically, yeah, you got choices, absolutely, from what you were just saying. Let's say that you're camped around here. Agatha's lair, as the bird flies, as the raven flies, 30 miles away. You could go across.
Do we know how many days travel it is back to Phandalin?
Yeah, absolutely, you do, yeah. So again, as the bird flies, it's 40 miles, but you can't really go across country to Phandalin because you've got those mountains there. You could stick to the mountains and kind of go. Can you see the... yeah. So you could kind of do that. You're looking at about 2 days, but it'll be longer than that because you're going cross country. You're going through those hills and through those mountains. You'll be moving slower. Your horses are around here somewhere. You'd have to find them. The other option you have, the safest option, is basically to go back to the tribal trail, which is a day, and then from there you can go again. So you're looking at 2 days to Agatha's, or 2 and a bit days to Phandalin.
Pock, how did you give? I'm trying to put this in about being a shithead, like about being a bitch. Did you give the boy any instructions on how to get back?
Go
I mean,
west, where the land
I gave
go
him-
west.
I gave him enough, I think, to get to the tribal trail.
So really, if we want to catch up with him, if we want to attempt to catch up with him, we kind of have to go
track
the
him
longer
back
way.
that
We have to head to the trail.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds safer. Let's do that.
Plus, we can. I mean, you can locate whatnot further down. I mean, he may always be 1,000 feet or more ahead of us, but
Yeah,
you can still check just in case he's off the path somewhere. I don't want to have to go back to Phandalin and explain that little excursion to his mum.
well,
Besides, like,
hopefully he's there, and
Well, his mum doesn't know we even bumped into him yet, so
No, so we could just say we didn't. Have you seen
We
him?
could just
Oh,
pretend
neither
we
have
didn't know anything about it. Yeah, that
Keep
seems,
that stuff stum.
that seems morally much better than the other options.
Well, I don't know, Pock. Have you
I'm in.
seen him?
Well, you don't want to worry the poor woman, do you? You know, what I mean?
Just know I'm sure he's fine.
Better to live in ignorance than
Yes, but you forget that we're also reporting the loss of the entire Lion Shield Costas staff team.
Oh yeah. Let's not go
Okay,
back to Phandalin.
we didn't meet any of them. We just we did.
It is a silly place.
Let's just head north. Fuck it.
let's go to Phandalin.
Pock can just charm everyone again.
Wouldn't that be pleasant?
right. So we're heading to Phandalin, yeah.
Yeah, what, 2.5 days tribal trail?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Sorry. Yeah, what path we're taking, but yeah.
Right, let's do that. We head for the tribal trail.
Okay. You do that. So, yeah, the hours go past. Eventually, you feel like, you know, some of you have been dozing. You've been taking it in turns, watching while somebody sleeps and stuff. And eventually, you get to the point where you're like, well, we can go.
Can we click the long rest button?
You can click that long rest button.
Oh, thank God.
I can't. Oh, well.
Oh, you don't have one.
Well, I do, but it's not working. But it's all right. I can remember.
You
Use
just-
the power of memory.
This is it. Yeah, so you get full hit points back, get all your spells and abilities back.
Yay. Super Paladin.
So so what you're going to take, kind of the similar route to which you came. You're going to go through the hills up to the tribal trail, and then from there, follow that down.
Yep.
Okay. Some time goes past. I'm assuming that you're going to be moving with haste. This is half of the Fellowship hunting down Merry and Pippin, and you're running cross country trying to get as much ground done as possible.
Yeah, if we encounter, like I'm
Sean, for fuck's sake, man, watch Lord of the Rings.
Okay, sure, that's what it is.
This is going to be a Patreon goal. This will be like eventually when we get that sorted, we'll be like, right, we're gonna if we get X amount a month, X amount of subscribers, we're gonna sit down and make sure and watch Lord of the Rings.
Sellotape his eyes Clockwork open. Orange, Clockwork Orange style.
Sorry, Millicent, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was just gonna say, I don't think any of us are being careful. Fuck the orcs. If they come in our way, then we're all like healed up and got shit back. I think we'd be happy to take them down. So we are being as quick as we can. Do we know where our horses are?
Yeah, from what I remember, I think you rode your horses pretty much the whole way in, and left them near the mountains in the safe place. From what I remember, I don't think you left them outside of this hilly area. I think you left them.
We got them as far as we could. So let's get on those steeds.
If they're at the meeting point, they are dead.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was at the meeting point or maybe I don't remember the route you took. I think you I can't remember now. But we'll say that you know where they are. Or you know where they're supposed to be. If you want to go and get them, that would probably speed things up. I mean, you could get your horses, and you could probably.
Yeah, let's do that.
Say they're
quicker.
Say they're about here. You probably could kind of go a little bit cross country and probably shave off some time if you were to do that.
Yes.
I mean, the biggest problem you've got is you just don't know where Carp went. You don't know if Carp was caught. You don't know if he was captured. You don't know if he went cross country or if he went north to. You just don't know. He was told to run and to run west and to not stop running. You've got no way of knowing.
I thought it was run until you hit the trail and then head west.
It was, yeah. Run until
I gave him directions and hoped that at the T junction of the tribal trail he would if he didn't know where he was going.
Plus, he travelled on the trail. Wow, just change of heart. He travelled on the trail with the Lion Shield Costa dudes, right? So hopefully he'll understand what the trail is.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, if he was
a keen adventurer, isn't he? I think
he's a bit of an explorer. He's not completely defenseless, I suppose.
Assuming that he was, he would have found it eventually. Assuming he wasn't captured. If he'd gone directly west, he would have come to the tribal trail. He would know where he was. Even if he'd got spun around and ended up going in a more northerly direction, eventually he would come to the tribal trail and know that he then needs to go. If he ends up getting spun around, all he needs to know, again, he's got these mountains. You see these mountains from Phandalin. So as long as he keeps the Phandalins to his left, even best scenario, he's going to find the trail eventually, assuming that he wasn't found and captured.
And even if he was found and captured, they know that someone's coming to Phandalin. I don't think they're going to give up until they capture him, which means them getting all the way to Phandalin. So I don't think we've got any worry about them capturing him and taking him back.
They would pass us if they're taking
their goal, I think, is Phandalin ultimately anyway. Any prisoners they picked up on the way is, fodder to them. They want to take the town. This is the impression we got.
I think he would have headed towards the tribal trail because, he's the only one of those fuckers who are still alive, so he had some smarts.
Yeah. Do we have was there a map, I believe, of their planned attack?
Who has crudely drawn... I have it. Here it is.
You have it.
A crudely drawn map of what looks like Phandalin with writing that we don't understand, but at least, we know that they had the location and some sort of plan to siege or get in there.
And we have
That's about as much I think as we were given. So
we have the other map as well, don't we? That's not been lost
other
to
map?
anyone. Like the main map for the cave. That's not been lost or.
You mean Gungeon's
Yeah,
map?
Dungeons maps. Sorry, I was
I don't know what it's called.
I can't remember, but I mean, do you have it? I mean, part of me thinks that Gungeon would have been quite protective over it, and once he came to, because he was conscious, injured but conscious, he probably would have been like, "It's my fucking map." But we never really role played it, so I don't know.
He wasn't
whether...
conscious.
Basically, all I'm doing is checking my bag of holding because there's a lot of shit that I've not written down.
I'd argue that we have it just because he was not conscious.
Okay.
Like,
Is that in the bag?
yeah.
Do I have it?
Have you asked me for it back nicely yet?
I mean, I'm not necessarily sure I want it. I want to mark it down so we know what's where. That's all. I've lost a lot of shit over the last few days. Okay.
I think it must be in our inventory, right? That map.
Someone's.
Yeah. We've got a map from Halia. What was that for?
That I believe was the local area. That was just like a Phandalin map that's like, here's the shop, here's the... Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fair enough.
No, it was like it was a map of the local. She basically gave you this map that we're looking at.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So so that you can kind of see where things are, and then in character mark off where you've been and where things are and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as we have all the maps.
Yes.
Okay, between us. Okay. Good. Excellent. I won't write. Yeah. So on the map of the new map, so many maps, the new map of Phandalin, they explain what they want to do and how it was like a plan, wasn't it?
From what I remember, it was like, it looks like Phandalin. The town's the same shape, and there was maybe like some arrows. Like, it wasn't very descriptive, but it was...
Just thinking about ways we approach Phandalin, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was things like, you could definitely tell it was the layout of the general streets and houses. It was a very crudely drawn, but you could see that there was like, it's a bit odd really, isn't it? Why would they have had that? Why would they have drawn that? And you've put 2 and 2 together to go, they must be scaping out. But I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Again, like, without giving away too much metagame information, like, they're planning. There was just a scout team. You don't know when they were planning to attack, and you also know that you've just taken out a sizable amount of them. I mean, you must have just killed 15 of them, which is a decent amount. And you explored every area of there. So, do they even have the resources now to really go through with it?
Pock, in your last encounter, how many did you see?
I think 4 got away after the boy.
Sean, I genuinely can't answer that. I can't remember.
It wasn't a massive amount. I think from what I'm trying to remember this now. I don't think you ever rightly saw how many were coming after you. I've got it written down.
It was all a bit.
Yeah.
There was some horn blowing, but...
There was horn blowing. They threw javelins at you, and you ran. And then some more threw javelins at you. 3 or 4 came and attacked you. So you would hazard a guess. In fact, roll me a history to see what you remember. It was dark. You were panicked. You were running, not paying much attention.
12.
Yeah, you'd probably guess that there may have been that you can remember distinctly telling apart. Probably about 6 to 10, but you think that there was probably more that you didn't see.
Okay.
It was basically like two hunting parties really.
10 orcs is enough to...
Maybe enough to do the job maybe enough to carry out the job they planned.
Maybe their plans have changed, but we're not risking that anyway. We're still going to go
stronger armies. Probably.
Still Phandalin then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you get your horses, and you travel for some time. The day goes by. Eventually, at some point, the horses need to rest. You can't keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them endlessly. A couple of hours, because you're pushing them hard to try and make up that ground. And eventually, you need to stop. You need to rest. I don't know what you've got in the way of really giving them drinks and stuff like that. You've got some feed on their packs because it comes with the hire, but they're getting tired. You have to stop. Night draws in. You've made some distance. You rest up. Nothing happens. Morning comes round. You go again. And like I said, it's going to take you a couple of days to get to Phandalin.
Pock, are you doing your check to see if he's about every day? Like part way through the journey?
I think
I can.
you can cast it as a ritual, I think. So you don't have to use a spell slot for it. I think if you... what spell is it? Locate objects.
Object. Doesn't say ritual on it.
It does say ritual, it doesn't?
It doesn't.
I'm just checking the player's guide.
Need to look into rituals. That was the thing.
Yeah, so certain spells you can cast as a ritual instead of a spell. But no, you're right, it's not. It's not. Divination, action, self, VSM, concentration up to 10 minutes. Yeah, so you need.
I'll pop one off occasionally. The closer we get, I'll kind of do it every few miles if I can. The second level, I'll do it enough as I know that I'm able to.
Yeah, but every time you do, every couple of hours maybe, you don't pick anything up. There was no tracks for you to follow, really. You didn't know where you were ambushed, really, so it's not even like you could have gone back there and then tried to track them down. But then again, why would you want to? Because you'd end up tracking down a bunch of orcs, so what do? You did the best plan you could do, Phandalin, and hope and pray that Carp makes it there alive. He's only got a couple of hours head start on you and he's little. Maybe you've gone past him. You don't know which route he took. You just won't know.
No news is good news at the moment.
Yes.
Eventually, you'll come across... Again, were you going directly across country, sort of that way, once you got the horses, or were you still going to go up and down?
Easiest, least path
down.
resistance, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So with the horses, you managed to shave off half a day to a day. You left midday by the time you've all rested up. So eventually you see the tribal trail, and by that point you know that you're safe really from there. And eventually you'll come to Phandalin. And as you ride down to Phandalin, you see the familiar town. You see Barthen's Provisions on the left as you come down the pathway. You see the town square, 100 yards or so up ahead. You go past the lane that will take you up to Darren Edamas farm where you hired the horses. What do you do?
Do we need to? Because we're wanted men, aren't we, at the moment? And
Yeah,
women.
there's that as well. Fucking hell.
Wanted men and women. Millicent, didn't you use some sort of disguise last time when we were getting out of town?
Yeah, I did.
Could you do something similar and check in somewhere?
I can.
Is that worth a crack?
Yeah. What did I disguise myself as last time? I forget now.
Just a random...
Just like another elf, wasn't it?
Yeah,
A random elf.
Yeah.
I'll be a random number 2. Okay. Let's, as we approach the outskirts of the town, before we kind of see, let's
Yeah.
huddle up. So that's a good idea. I can disguise myself for an hour. Who do I need to speak to? What do I need to do?
We need to check in on Gundren, don't we? Check out he's okay. And
Yeah.
And who do we report to?
I think to
Well, you'd think if you're
make as little noise as possible.
if
I
you're going to.
think-
Sorry, Sean, go on.
No, I think maybe going straight to Mum and asking where's Carp, not a good idea.
Yeah.
I think let's see if Gundren's okay and kind of scout around looking
Well,
for carp. Just to.
Don't we need to warn
we
someone?
need to warn someone about the orcs before we give a shit about carp.
Well, I think that would be.
I'll go to Harbin Wester on my own. I'll attempt to, if I'm not back in an hour.
Have you got his money?
I'll go and clear the air, and then I'll update him on the situation. If he's,
Basically, he's going to charm him again.
So I'll go. I'll disguise myself, pop into the pub, and see if there's any noise about the return of carp. If anyone's seen anything, just try and overhear some conversations, while you go and try and
fall on your sword.
Fall on your sword.
Fall on my sword. Maybe
and
someone
then you guys.
Iron Shield Costa.
Would we not be better off? Is it Darren Edelmouth that?
He's the horse guy.
He's the horse guy. Who did we leave Sister Gariel with?
It was with Darren.
Darren, because Darren is kind of a good go-between. I think maybe we could talk to him and then give him the heads up, and then he can go and speak to Harbin Wester. Say, look, I've been given the heads up, rather than going into Harbin Wester and screwing yourself over.
Should we just try and get into town without being stopped?
Spotted, yeah.
Let's just do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I'm a rogue. I can sneak around.
I
Yeah.
can't sneak anywhere. I should wait out here.
Well,
I think-
why don't you get on one of the horses? I'll cover you with your cloak.
Yeah, hoods up.
Yeah, okay.
And
I'll
you
be
won't
like,
seen.
fry a tuck.
Pocket's small.
I'll tiptoe.
What time is it now at the moment? Is it afternoon?
Yeah, probably. You camped up. You managed to save yourself half a day. I told you it was a 2-day ride, but you were already half the way through. So you probably get here. Yeah, morning, lunchtime, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's fine.
Really hustling and bustling and about. So hopefully we should be able to pass without no one noticing us if they're going about their daily business.
Cool.
Right.
I am going to disguise myself as well, though, just to. I'll sort of try and lead the charge. If anyone looks over at our party, I'll be the person they see.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well,
Hopefully.
my beard's been badly singed anyway, so I should look slightly different.
Hawk is invisible for a bit.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, he's run off again, I see.
I just
lone wolf.
escapes his hand for a bit, so he knows I'm still there.
I just can't seem to keep hold of the gnome.
So what's the plan? Who's going where then? You're all splitting up and going different places because I love it when you do that.
No, we're going. We're going
all
together.
Should we all
Going
head
together.
to Gariel and Edelmouth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sounds like a plan.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Pock's invisible.
Yeah.
Pock's
Yeah.
invisible. Okay, and Millicent is disguised as a random person,
Elf thing.
and then there's Scapes and Burr. Okay. Okay, fantastic plan as always.
Can we get a big cloak and I'll sit on Scapes' shoulders and then
I think that's going to be more intimidating than like we're kind of like a giant.
Once you get on my shoulders, it'll look like you're fighting.
Have you guys seen The Princess Bride?
yes.
The
Yeah,
Great Pirate Roberts.
Yes, excellent. What's the cloak that he wears?
Oh, I can't remember what they said it was.
Is it like a chaos cloak or something like that, isn't it?
I remember.
That's going to bug me now. Princess Bride.
Oh, don't tell me you haven't seen Princess Bride, Sean.
It sounds like a film I would have seen. It's got all my
I think
favourite
I've
words.
seen it, but I don't think I've. Is that the one where they have modern music?
No.
No, that's
That's
Knight's Tale.
That was terrible.
Oh, I like that film.
I enjoyed that. It's fun.
Princess
I'm
Bride's an
very
absolute
cynical.
classic, man. Like it's
Yeah.
really good. Kerry Elwes. Oh, it's really good. It's got Andre the Giant in it. It's like,
Oh, I'd probably like it then. He's one of my favourite actors.
All those films that Andre the Giant done.
Yeah, Andre the Giant, fucking hell, mate. He's like
inconceivable. Yeah, but honestly, that's like someone who's into like fantasy kind of books and magic and D&D. It's like a staple of. You need to watch The Princess Bride. It's really good.
Honestly though, like saying Andre Agassi is in it and saying that's good is like saying,
Andre
Agassi.
there's not Andre Agassi. Oh, what am I talking about?
I can just
Andre
picture
the
it with
Giant.
Andre Agassi playing Andre the Giant's part.
Yeah, see, that's the problem I've
a
made
big
here.
mullet.
You know, Sean, this is totally a tangent, but you filmed Joe and Anna's wedding. Their wedding had a Princess Bride theme.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I captured that, obviously.
I visited the castle.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's quite a nice
I've just
place,
laughed so
yeah.
hard I've given myself hiccups.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the story is about a boy. Do you remember the Wonder Years? The boy from the Wonder Years.
Savage.
Yeah, that's it. Fred Savage. So he's a boy and he's ill, and his granddad comes around and reads him a book, and then the film is basically the story that granddad's telling him, and it's a fantasy about
You know what I've in my head?
fighting and adventure.
Sorry. That's what I thought you was on about. Sorry, carry on.
But it's
It
hilarious.
sounds good already, to be honest.
And the granddad's played by Peter Falk, Columbo.
Columbo, yeah, that's right.
Oh, Columbo's like my favourite pretend
Well, there
granddad.
you go. There you go.
Who plays Inigo Montoya? Isn't it the guy from like
He's like
Criminal Minds
Criminal Minds, or like
and Homeland and stuff?
some
Yeah,
kind of like cop show in the 90s, like
Yeah.
NYPD Blue or something.
totally random.
Yeah.
But
But it's a fantastic movie. Sword
I love
fights. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, honestly,
If Columbo's in it, I'm watching it just like that because like that's my favourite actor in the world.
You should definitely see it.
it's Carey
I love
Elwes.
Columbo.
You know who Carey Elwes
And-
is, don't you? You know Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and
No.
oh my
Billy
god,
Crystal's in it.
Billy Crystal
I know
is in
Billy
it.
Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy
Oh
Crystal's
God,
in
there
it.
he is,
They
isn't
were
he?
a
He's
tennis
the-
player,
oh,
weren't
yeah.
He's the magnificent, whatever his name is,
Mel Smith. Magnificent Max.
the magnificent Max.
Mel Smith is in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads good.
Oh, that was a tangent.
Do you remember
Sorry, guys.
Mr. Nanny with Mr. Hulk Hogan? That
I
was
do remember that. I do.
Oh, Hulk Hogan, he's one of my favourite
Mr.
actors.
Nanny. Yeah, Mr. Nanny. He's my second favourite actor. But like, well, third. I've obviously Andre Agassi.
You must be
Andre.
loving the current run of John Cena movies.
Oh, he's terrible. John Cena movies are terrible.
I just
Hulk
saw
Hogan's
wrestlers. and-
Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando, I remember that one as well. Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
There
used
was
to
Bret
love
the
that
Hitman
film.
Hart.
Yeah, it was great.
I've just figured out. Oh my God, I can't believe that's the same person.
What?
What's
So
that?
the princess is played by Robin Wright, who's the woman from
Kitchen
House
Kill.
of Cards. If you watched House of Cards,
Isn't she in Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Isn't she
probably
like,
in loads of stuff. But
bad
I'd
guy?
only ever seen her in.
Oh, not the president's wife.
Yeah, Robin Wright.
Oh, wow, okay. Blimey.
Yeah, she in Kill Bill? I don't know. She was
isn't
in
she
Kill
like
Bill.
the bad girl? And she wear like an eye patch or something?
That's Daryl
No,
Hannah.
that's Daryl
That's
Hannah.
Daryl Hannah, is it? Is that not the same
Yeah.
person?
Splash fame.
No, I can see why you'd say that, but no.
I don't know. Who's Daryl Hannah?
Peter fucking Cook is in the Princess Bride.
Yes.
Marriage, like that is such a
Marriage.
classic thing. Yeah.
Twoo, wow.
Mel Smith's in the Princess. Anyway, we
Yeah.
should.
There's loads of
This is
Right,
awesome.
One's disguised as a hat or some shit.
Yes. And we're strolling into town.
Or just kicking down Darren Edemath's door.
Wait, didn't we?
Yes, I barged
wait.
the door. No.
Did we not take the path through the orchard to get out of town?
Yes.
So let's go the back way.
No, I don't think you did. You got snuck out. So basically, because
sorry,
everyone else was in the inn, and they got snuck out up, and then Darren walked you up the path because you pretended to be
Yeah.
someone else. And then when you got out of town, you were like, "Oh, it's me," and he told you off for lying to him again.
Okay,
Guy's a
well,
prick anyway.
not do
Okay,
that.
so basically you come into the town, you take the first right turn before you get to Barthen's Provisions, and you go up towards the Edenmath orchard to see Darren, and it's about midday. And then when you get up there, you go past the barn where the horses were kept. He's a bit confused. There's no one around, I suppose. It'd be a bit lucky if he was just stood there waiting like some kind of computer sprite, like just like waiting for an interaction.
Hey, you.
Just
Over here.
idling.
Just idling. There's a
Hey,
big
you.
like gold thing above his head, waiting for someone to go up and talk to him. But yeah, he's there eventually. Maybe you knock on the door. Maybe he's working. Maybe or something like that. And he comes out and he's really confused. He's like, just let me get the voice first of all. Best friend Pock. That's the voice, isn't it? Yes, right. Okay, but Pock's not here, so I didn't actually say that. Pock's invisible. Can't see him. Random person. Scapes and Burr. What?
Yeah, it's Burr.
My horses. What the hell is going on?
Oh, you don't even want to know, mate. It's been a nightmare, absolute fucking nightmare. Hate your town, hate the south. I'm going back to Neverwinter. But either way, here's your fucking horses back.
Fine. I'll get your deposit sorted out. No, I remember. That's right. Your friend used magics on me, and you ended up. Didn't you steal the? No, Millicent paid for the horses, disguised as somebody else. I remember. Where's Millicent? I have a contract with her.
Oh, she's been eaten by our friend here, Dave.
Was it Dave who you told me Gundren was? No, that was. I can't even remember. It was so long ago.
You're talking about Alan. No, that's Alan. This is Dave.
Yeah, you're right.
And I point at Millicent, who's in disguise.
Derek or something, wasn't it?
And I'll answer in a very low, hello.
Yeah.
Right.
Good evening, sir.
I demand to know what the hell is going on right this instant.
It's us, Darren. It's the Phandalin 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me! Where'd that voice come from?
Wait, what the fuck? Did we just walk into town with a fucking goblin as well?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm here too.
No, we dressed him as a baby.
I think Droop was with you last time. I just always forget that he's with you. Yes, of course, Droop. I've met Droop, the Phandalin 5.
4.
4.
Sorry, Drew.
What?
3.4.
Yeah, did you? So, Pox, you were invisible. Why were you invisible? And who's Dave?
Dave's who ate Millicent.
Dave is Millicent. I am invisible. These are the others.
But now I told you last time I saw you, less of the subterfuge. You
Well, you
want
ain't
to
seen
gain
him this
trust.
time, have you?
As
Well.
you can understand, Darren, I could simply not walk straight into
I
town.
shall fetch
Being a bit of a...
Gariel. I suppose your mission was a success.
How
You
is
found
Gundren?
Agatha. You've been gone a long time. We were expecting you back days ago. We started to worry that perhaps you would not return.
Sorry, did you say something?
No.
Scape stops picking his nose.
We have
What was that?
touched base with Agatha. There was some complications, but if we speak to Sister Gariel, we'll iron out the details with her. Is Gundren okay?
Yes, he is pretty much fully recovered now. He's down at the inn.
Oh, also, we forgot to mention there's loads of orcs on the way to come and slaughter you.
What?
Yes,
And-
completely slipped my mind. But I just want to say that, yeah, like all of this aside, you're gonna there's orcs on the way. They've got a plan to destroy you.
Well, this is terrible news. How did you come by this piece of information. We must go and warn the others at once. We must have an emergency town meeting. Get Barthen and Toblin and Harbin Wester and Linen Grey something and Halia. We must get the town together for a meeting at once and send word to Neverwinter.
With the town's feelings against us, I suppose.
Yes.
Are we
Well,
to Rome yet?
Maybe we could wait here. If you don't tell them that we're here and you go and warn them for us, that would be the best thing. We will give you 20 gold to do that.
No, listen. Harbin Wester is just full of hot air. It's been a week. And I'm sure with this news we can make amends. At the end of the day, you stole 100 gold from him. Was it 100? Maybe 50 gold. I don't even know if it was. I think it was just 50 gold.
It's like 20 gold or something,
50.
wasn't it?
I think it was 50 because he told you he couldn't give you the full 100 at once. And he was like, I've got 50 here. So, if you return what was taken, and...
well, here's the thing. I gave it to some members of the Lion Shield Costa. Anyway, that's another story.
What? The missing... The missing troop.
They're not really just missing anymore. They're a little bit further gone than that.
Dave killed them.
I mean, let's face it, they killed themselves. I would never have sent them out. Whoever sent them out was fucking stupid, man.
Well, how do you know? You seem to know an awful lot of what's happening in the area. Perhaps
We are.
this. I'm a face round here, didn't you know?
Area. Look, we have some matters to attend to. Unfortunately, we did cross paths with the Lion Shield Costa, and in
Makes it sound worse.
well, they have perished helping us, and us. Well, we was attacked. We was ambushed by some orcs, and they all died except possibly for Carp, who we will look for immediately. He may have returned to Phandalin.
the Orderleaf boy.
Yeah, but if you could maybe just leave that to me, that would be great. I'm sure he's fine. But please let me. You deal with the orc situation, and I'll deal with Carp.
The boy situation.
The dead boy situation.
Okay. As I say, we must have a meeting at once. Head for the inn. I'll arrange for everybody to meet. We'll come and get you. Well, there must be an important meeting at once at the Townmaster's Hall. Go to the inn. Keep your head down. I will send for you. Come. So you go with him?
Thank you, Darren.
Okay.
Yeah, we go to the inn.
Okay. So you you walk. Piss off. You go back up the path, and you turn as you come past Barthen's provisions. He says to you, I'll fetch for you. He goes and stops into Barthen's, talks to Barthen. You don't know what happens there on, but he's going to basically go and round everybody up for a big meeting at the Townmaster's Hall so that you can present your case, let everybody know what's happening, what's coming, and how, fill everybody in with what is going.
We'll fill them all in.
Fill them all in. Oosh. Otherwise, we can do that next week because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, next week we've got to stand trial.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely, rest assured, it won't be a trial. It will be
A farce.
This is going to be a meeting. We need to decide what we're going to do about this orc menace and everything.
It's all to do with the spider. Like, that's the reason that all of this is happening.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Kill the spider, save the world.
She's more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Just good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody. We really, really appreciate it. If you could do one last thing for us, please, 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 subscribe, follow our Twitter, follow our Facebook, Instagram, and drop us a review on whatever app you use. If you've got iTunes, that'd be brilliant. That's the best. The best thing. Their charts are kind of they're like the main charts, so we can get up in there. That'd be great. But otherwise, Stitcher or whatever app you use, or Podchaser dot something or another. Google it, Podchaser. It's the IMDb of podcasting. The app that we started using to capture all of our reviews draws from the three sources: iTunes, Stitcher, or Podchaser. So if you haven't got access to Stitcher or iTunes, anybody, no matter what device you have, can use Podchaser. Please go and give us a review if you can. We'd really appreciate it. As we said last week, it allows other people to find our show, and let's face it, who doesn't want to listen to this? You know,
Only idiots.
Only idiots and Tories don't want to listen to this.
Tory cunts.
Fucking Tories. Otherwise, it's been my absolute pleasure as always. Whatever you do, don't let what?
Luke,
Make sure you're.
What was the
Doesn't
app
work.
again? What was the app?
It's a website called Podchaser.
Podchaser. There we go.
Yeah, Podchaser.
And whatever you do, don't what?
May your dice never die.
Who's died?
What?